It's playoff football in Minnesota. It's the Section 6A championship game featuring the Breckenridge Cowboys, 5-1 on the season, and the OTC Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are 4-2. These two teams, no strangers to each other. There have been many meetings between these two teams in the section playoffs over the last couple of decades. We'll have the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show for you when we come back on the Three Borders Sports Network.
My experience at Nelson Auto Center is extremely positive. There's no hidden agenda. You know exactly what you're getting when you walk out the door. This is what I do.
It's all about relationships. Those people make a difference for me. When I walk in the door, they understand. This is what I drive.
I think that we don't even think about going anywhere else because we trust Nelson Auto Center.
And this is where I buy.
Nelson Auto Center, online at nelsonfergusfalls.com.
Better living begins at home, and Three Rivers Decorating in Wahpeton is your personal designing service. New flooring in your home can totally change its look and feel. Three Rivers Decorating has dozens of vinyl plank designs to choose from, along with carpet, tile, and linoleum. Whether it's updating your home's interior or retail space, Three Rivers Decorating has all of the latest styles and trends. They also offer free estimates. Give them a call today, 701-642-8454.
Mechanical services at a fair price is the #1 goal at RC Sales and Repair. Rich Christopher can expertly repair most recreational vehicles, motorcycles, snowmobiles, mowers, tillers, and chainsaws. RC Sales and Repair also carries parts and accessories, plus oil and lubricants, and they are your full-service Hustler lawnmower dealer. RC Sales and Repair, just over the tracks on 5th Street South in Breckenridge.
Going to NESCS, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. I for sure will look back on all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
Somerville Electric is proud to support Cowboy and Cowgirl athletics. Somerville Electric provides quality electric service in Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and the greater Red River Valley. Your most trusted electrician can provide residential, commercial, industrial, agricultural, and utility services. If you have any questions or would like more information, call 643-3435 or visit somervilleelectric.com.
Breckenridge Drug is much more than your trusted pharmacy. They have the largest selection of holiday decor and gifts in the area. Don't miss their Christmas open house Friday and Saturday, November 27th and 28th. You'll find great gift ideas, register for door prizes, and a whole lot of fun. Breckenridge Drug, your Christmas decor and gift headquarters, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 6, and Saturday, 9 to 2. When you dine at the Wilkin Drink and Eatery, you're among friends. So relax and enjoy everything from sizzling sirloins, mouth-watering seafood, vibrant salads, and crowd-pleasing desserts. The Wilkin also serves the best pizza in town. Dine in or carry out after 5. The Wilkin Drink and Eatery, gracing Minnesota Avenue since 1897.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Cowboy Field. I'm Raleigh Lipp alongside Kevin Heidemann and Brian Watson for the Section 6A championship game between the Breckenridge Cowboys and the OTC Bulldogs. And this has turned into a nice little rivalry, Breckenridge and OTC. Kevin Heidemann has played in many big games for the Breckenridge Cowboys back in the early 80s. He knows all about rivalries. And Kevin, this is a good one. This has turned into a nice rivalry.
It has, especially in the playoffs. I mean, we've played in recent history since 2008, OTC 4 times, and we won that first game in 2008, 7-0, and we've lost 4 in a row since. And we've had some great teams and some great games, and and they've kind of had our number in the playoffs. Hopefully tonight we can change that. But we lost to them in 2010 to a team, the Breck team, that was undefeated in the Dome. And we lost to them in 2013 on extra points, and then we lost to them in 15 and 16 back-to-back years. So, you know what? They've had our number, you know, in section play. So hopefully, like, again, we can turn things around.
Yeah, and the reason OTC is so doggone tough in the playoffs is their play up front. Always strong up front, and so many football games are won by line play.
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, you know what? The game's won in the trenches. And like you said, OTC, they've just had big kids. They're well-coached. You know, super consistent program. I mean, they've been a dominant team, you know, for a long time. Like I said, they've had our number. They've beat us when we've had great teams, and this is another one of those years where Breckenridge has a great team. And tonight, I have to believe that we're the favorite.
And we're talking about the guys up front. Breckenridge may be as strong up front on the offensive line as they have been in a long, long time.
Well, for sure. As a matter of fact, Raleigh, we've only given up one sack the entire season, our offensive line, and that was in the Barnesville game. We got sacked one time. Prior to that, we have not given up a sack. So I don't know. I don't have statistics on this, but you'd have to look long and hard before you'd find a football team that played, you know, 5 or 6 games with only one sack.
Well, it's been a strange year, 2020. And here we are in the playoffs. This game, there was semifinal round games scheduled for Saturday. Championship game was scheduled for a week from tonight at the Fargo Dome. Of course, that didn't happen. So here we are tonight, the number 1-3 versus the number 3 seed. Cowboys haven't played a playoff game. This will be the first playoff game of the season and the last playoff game of the season.
Right. And every section's going through that. I mean, you look up and down the state. I mean, all these sections. I mean, the playoff thing just kind of fell apart. I mean, you know, like you said, we were supposed to play the winner of Underwood and Watkins, and of course Underwood pulled out, and then Mills pulled out, who was 4-0 in our section, pulled out, and bottom line, that gave us another bye, and then Pine Bluff ended up playing OTC Watkins and winning that game. They're supposed to be playing OTC, but when the governor came out and made his announcement, those guys played on Tuesday. They can't play with that shorter rest. They couldn't play till Saturday. So in the end, it ended up being Breckenridge and OTC in the championship without either team playing a game in the playoffs till tonight.
Well, there will be some memories made here tonight for these kids. Brian Watson, also a part of our team. Brian, a co-founder of the Three Borders Sports Network, along with Joe Schreiner. Brian, also head basketball coach of the Wahpeton Ladies Huskies. And Brian, from a coaching standpoint, a challenge for coaches to get kids ready to play after all they have been through with COVID-19.
I mean, just kind of a strange year, things that you have to deal with. You know, nobody knows really the right way to handle it, but I just think as an athlete, you just have to adjust and be ready. You know, you say that during the regular season, you got to be ready for anything. Well, COVID throws you a little twist. You certainly have to be ready. Stay ready. Go through all your workouts, try and stay healthy like you do through a normal season, and then just try to make adjustments as you can. You know that it's not going to be normal. You got to be ready to change on a dime, and I think the Cowboys are going to have to be able to do that tonight, be able to change in the middle of this game, because OTC is going to be ready. They're going to look for revenge on that early season loss.
Cowboys dealing with some injuries, as most all teams are this time of the year.
Yeah, and we've had our fair share. I mean, one of our biggest injuries is Nito. One of the better athletes probably on our team is out, broke a bone in his leg. He's out for the year. And, you know, we've had some concussions. Jared Amal tonight had a concussion, got cleared, but he's playing with a broken hand. And, you know, we got 4 or 5 guys that are a little bit banged up. Brian, what is it? Hesse's, I think he's out with a concussion, and Colin Roberts has got a knee that he's going to play with. And Landon Blofis probably would have been playing both ways. He's out for the year. He played the OTC game and hasn't played since. So we've had our fair share of injuries.
Lights are on, sun is setting, but, you know, really a pretty nice night for football. Current temperature 28 degrees. I suppose we'll be down into the low 20s before this game ends tonight. But the wind's not blowing. I think, at least from a player standpoint, probably going to be fairly comfortable out there tonight.
Right, it's just perfect fall weather, really. I mean, like you said, Raleigh, the key is the wind isn't blowing, and that's a game changer when the wind is blowing in Holland. And we've been here, you know, when the flag is straight out and you can't hardly see across the field. So lucky to have this great weather.
Capacity crowd here at Cowboy Field, 250 people, and that's the limit.
Yep, that's the limit, and not one person more. And they're pretty strict about enforcing it. So.
All right, field looks great. OTC has won the toss. They deferred, so they will kick off. Cowboys will get the football first, and this Cowboy offense, offense that can put up points in a hurry. A number of lopsided wins for the Cowboys this season.
Yeah, and actually, Raleigh, the only game that we've really been challenged in all year was the Barnesville game, and that score was a little misleading. I mean, there's probably 3 plays in that game that go the other way, and Breck wins that game. So, and every other game that we've just dominated. I mean, and we have so many tools. Like, we're so strong up front. We talked about our offensive line, but here's the other thing: we have speed. And we got speed that high school teams just don't have, and more than just one kid. We're extremely tough to defend. Cooper Yeage's done a great job. Not only can he throw the ball, but he can run the ball, which we saw the first time we played OTC. And unless they do something defensively, I wouldn't be surprised to see Cooper run for 100 yards again tonight.
All right, Breckenridge and OTC. This is for the Section 6A Championship. We'll have more on the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show when we come back. This is playoff football on Three Borders Sports Network.
The Minnesota State High School League reminds us that the educational value of this event is more important than its outcome. Respect for others, including opponents and officials, is one of those values. Support today's teams with the respect that they deserve. And when you have great teams and great fans, a great game is practically a given. So root for your team and enjoy every moment of today's game. This reminder is brought to you by the Minnesota State High School League.
IFC, we work closely with our producers to utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity. At Richland IFC, we are dedicated to working with growers through relationships based on longevity and mutual benefits for all parties involved. Richland IFC and its growers utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity for our food manufacturers. Richland IFC proudly supports Husky sports.
Holiday season is upon us, and it's not too early to get your Christmas letter and holiday greeting cards ordered. Bold Print in Wahpeton is your greeting card headquarters. Looking for that special personalized gift? Bold Print offers custom canvas prints and framing. And new to Bold Print is their custom decal machine, which is great to promote your business. Give them a call today, 642-2188, or check them out online, use boldprint.com.
It's kind of become like family, really a close-knit group, and they really bring you into their fold and provide good service.
The salespeople just make it so comfortable, and they really care about you, and they make it fun.
I always know that I'm going to be a top priority for them and just feel special.
This is what I do.
This is what I drive.
And this is where I buy.
Nelson Auto Center, online at nelsonfergusfalls.com.
Welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show. We welcome all those watching down at the Wilkin tonight. I know a big watch party going on down there, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of viewers tonight. Again, maximum crowd tonight, 250 people here at the game, and that's at all the games across the state of Minnesota. Just a few minutes away now from kickoff, but first our keys to the game, or Kevin's keys to the game, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center.
Well, Raleigh, I mean, bottom line is, I think just physically, athletically, I mean, we're the better team. And you saw that when we played them the first time. They struggled to match up with us when we ran in with our twins and our trips. And they had 6 guys in the box. I mean, Cooper ran the ball, and they really couldn't stop us. And when they tried to stop us, we threw the ball, and they didn't defend that well. So tonight, I would expect to see OTC move their front line around. I would expect to see them blitz a lot more than they did. Try and mix things up. Here's the thing. The down blocks are still going to be there, and if we can just pick up those blitzes, I mean, I don't really see how OTC is going to stop us because they don't match up with us very well. And, of course, every football game, turnovers are always a key to the game. I don't care at what level or who you're playing, but, as long as we take care of the ball and pick up the blitzes, you know what, I expect to see good things from us offensively tonight.
All right, 42-16, that was the final score 6 weeks ago. back in that game was at OTC.
OTC was the first game of the year for us. It was OTC's second game, and they ran the first play from scrimmage back for a touchdown that game. So even that score was a little misleading. And on the defensive side, I mean, OTC has always done a great job. I mean, Van Erp's a great athlete. You know, they run that little naked boot really well, and they get that fullback out in the flat, and they've been successful with that. But the thing this year is, you know, we've done doing games in the past, we've struggled to contain on the ends, right? Mm-hmm. But this year with Daniel Erlinson and Gavin Johnson out there on the ends, we have dominated. I mean, they contain. It's going to make it tough for OTC to beat us on the edge, and if they can't beat us on the edge, guess what? They're going to have. I mean, we just are a better football team than they are.
And that is, and OTC has beaten Breckenridge outside in games past over the last decade. We mentioned how OTC has dominated play over the last decade in the playoffs, and a lot of that is due to them getting outside.
Getting outside, and you know what? They up front, they were better than us up front. This year, that's not the case. It's the other way around. I mean, this game really, if we just do our job, I mean, Breckenridge is definitely the favored team.
All right, we are getting set for a kickoff here. OTC will wear their white unis tonight with red trim. Cowboys in their home unis, their green unis, and nice to see the white numbers. We'll be able to see the numbers tonight. Cowboys over the last few years have had the black numbers. Been very difficult for us old guys up here in the booth to read those numbers. That won't be the case tonight.
No, and in the past, Raleigh, you know, there was no video, so. You know, it is a little bit easier tonight because they can see themselves what's going on out there. Not as much pressure on us to try and get the number right.
All right. I think we're waiting for tonight's starting lineups. So, yeah, we will keep it right here. We'll have the national anthem for you. Why don't we run through the starting lineups right now? Let's start with the Breckenridge Cowboys offensively. Up front, Kevin, we talked about how big they are. Listen to this offensive line. Left tackle, Jared Amald, 265. Jonah Christensen on the left side, the guard position, 215 pounds. Gus Hasbargen, 265 pounds. He is their senior center. Sophomore Dallin Ernst, 6'6", he's just a sophomore, 225. Gavin Johnson, you mentioned 6'3", 235. Connor Twidwell, the tight end. We'll see him catch some passes tonight. Not just a big kid, but he's got good feet and good hands, too.
Right, and that's the thing about all those guys. They're not just big, they're all athletic.
Sebastian Anderson is the split, 170. Jacob Visner, senior running back, 175 pounds. A lot of speed. Visner, very tough to contain. He'll be in the slot tonight. Daniel Erlinson, he's been carrying the football for the Cowboys for a number of years, 220 pounds. He is a horse. They use him as a runner and a blocker. James Murtis, 165 pounds. James will get a lot of carries tonight.
Yep, James is a little bit more of a scat back and does a good job. And like in Erlinson that you mentioned, I mean, he hasn't carried the ball as much as we thought he would because he might be their best blocker. He's just a horse up front.
Yeah, and Cooper Yagi, 5'11", 190-pound senior at quarterback, and you got some experience there at the quarterback position.
Yeah, Cooper's been playing since a sophomore, so he's been around the block enough to know what's going on.
All right, and again, the Cowboys will get the football first. That is their offense. Here is the defensive unit for Otter Tail Central. At tackle, number 78, Kane Bueller. Number 71, Wyatt Severson. The ends, Ethan Hauslog and Joe Turchin. The linebackers, inside linebackers, number 23, Mason Hammer, and number 35, Drew Durbin. The outside linebacker, number 41, Calvin Stuvey, and Kane Cameron. The corners, Tanner Arndt and Bricker Blado. And the safety, number 7, Brady Van Erp. And that's a name we have heard quite a bit over the years. This may be about the last of the Van Erps, yes. And I'm sure Cowboy fans very happy to hear that.
Yeah, it's the last of the bunch, and it's, I don't know, it's been a 10-year run of Van Erps out there, and all great athletes, I mean, talented guys, and he's no different.
Well, let's get your thoughts on the mindset of the players amid the COVID and how focused players and coaches have had to stay this season. Not just worrying about their team staying healthy, but their opponents having to stay healthy too.
Right, and it's been a struggle. And we started this in baseball this spring, Raleigh, and we didn't know if we were going to be playing a game from day to day, whether we'd even have a team if somebody tested positive. And it's been that way ever since. And And so they do have a little bit of experience coming into that because they went through it all summer. But still, when you can't make long-term goals and there's not a state championship game, you know what? It's tough at times to be able to get up. But you know what? These guys are so appreciative to even be playing a game tonight. I mean, I don't think you can have any problem getting these guys ready to play.
Yeah, and really happy for this group of kids. Again, the Cowboys this roster really dominated by the senior class. Very seldom have we looked at a roster over the last 5, 6, 7 years, especially teams at this level, the Class 1A level, and not see any freshmen on the roster. That's just the way high school football has become. Remember, back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s, you had just a handful of sophomores that made the team, but it's a little different nowadays. Strange to see the Cowboy lineup with no freshmen on the and just a handful of sophomores. Again, this is a group that has been together for a long time. Just a lot of guys, and it's just a full roster.
It is, and it's partly why it's too bad that the whole COVID thing and the whole state tournament thing is in the shape that it's in. Because if there was ever a year for Breckenridge to go a long way in the playoffs, so this is it. Partly because we're loaded with athletes. I mean, and senior loaded with athletes and experience. But also, you know, we're the second largest school in the state of Minnesota in single A. I mean, the cutoff is 205 kids, and we're 203 kids. So not only are we the largest school, we have a great team. It's just a perfect recipe to go deep into the playoffs. And, of course, that's not going to happen tonight. Win, loses, this is it.
All right, we are just about set for football, but first, tonight's national anthem.
Your officials for tonight's ball game: Scott Nielsen, Rick Martinson, Jordan Chenard, Scott Fredrickson, and Jess Gross.
All right, Rocco, handling public address announcing tonight. You've been doing it for a long time. Does a great job with that. We are set to go on a chilly Friday evening, late November evening. A little bit chillier than I would like it, but again, I think if you're a player, you have no problem. And again, for a number of these kids that'll be on the field tonight, last time they'll be putting on the jerseys as a high school football player. So tonight will be an emotional night across the state of Minnesota.
Yep, and especially given the fact that who knows what happens with winter sports. You know, they just don't know. Every game you play might be the last.
2020, a year we probably won't forget, not for the right reason. But again, there is a team that's going to make some memories, some happy memories here tonight. Again, OTC won the toss; they deferred, so the Cowboys will get the football first. I think that's the way the Cowboys would like it.
Yep, I agree.
Get on the field and establish the line of scrimmage right away. See the kicker, Keen Bueller. Tee it up for OTC at the 40-yard line. Again, OTC on a 4-game winning streak. They lost their first 2 games of the season to Breckenridge and West Central, but they have really played good football since. The Cowboys, again, they're only lost to Barnesville just a couple of weeks ago here at Cowboy Field. And we all know how solid Barnesville is, another solid team for the Trojans. Here's an onside kick, a little squib kick to open the game, and the Cowboys will recover that at the 48-yard line. So the Cowboys get great field position here to start.
And, you know, really, to me, that's just kind of a proof of what we were talking about. I mean, when you're in the underdog, you got to take some chances, right? You know, we talked about them blitzing and moving their line around up front and taking some chances, and they led the game off with a chance with an onside kick.
Yeah, Reese Peterson right there to recover for the Cowboys. So a great starting field position here for the Cowboys, 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. And again, this is a powerful Cowboy offense, and they can do it through the air or on the ground. And they will start on the ground. That is Yagi right up the middle, and Cooper across the 45 all the way down to the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39, and that's a Cowboy first down, so a 13-yard pickup on the first play of the game, so a good start for the Cowboys.
Good start, and just what we talked about. I mean, like I said, I think Cooper ran for over 100 yards that first game, and I'd expect to see the same tonight because with the defense, you know, they play a 4-4 defense, cover 3, and, you know, we get them spread out like you're going to see right now with trips right. They don't have the horses up front to stop that.
All right, Cooper out of the shotgun, and he'll work mostly out of the shotgun. And the give here to Erlinson, and he is a banger, 220 pounds. And Daniel up near the 35-yard line. They'll mark him just short. His favorite NFL football player, Mike Allstott. Remember him for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Right. You look at Daniel, he looks a lot like Mike Allstott in a football uniform.
Yeah, I was going to say that's because he's his twin.
He is a banger, and he picks up 3 yards on that first down play. So 2nd and 7 for the Cowboys. Cowboys will work out of the eye here for the first time. And Cooper will turn and give to the second man through, and that is Murtis, a big hole over the right side, and he is across the 25 all the way down to the 22-yard line, and that's a Cowboy first down.
And we talked really, too, about Erlinson not carrying the ball as much as we kind of expected preseason, but again, him going, he's probably the best blocker we have up there, and with him going through the hole, that just creates so much for those other guys. There's another example.
James Murtis, 5'10", 165 pounds, and boy, he hit that hole hard and quick over the right side over Gavin Johnson and Connor Twidwell. Cowboys will throw for the first time. A little swing pass out to Visner. Visner trying to find some room. Boy, quick feet, and now he's going to change direction and try to get down the right sideline. He made a little something out of nothing. It didn't look like Visner had any room, but again, he's got great speed and is able to work to the right side of the field and picks up 7 yards on a play that didn't look like was going to gain anything.
And actually, every time he touches the ball, I mean, he's a threat to score. I mean, and even on that play, I mean, you know, like you said, Riley picked up 7 yards out of nothing, and OTC's probably fortunate that that's all it was.
This drive started on the Cowboy 48-yard line, and the Cowboys now 2nd and 4 from the OTC 15-yard line. Full house backfield, the pitch to Visner, trying to get to the edge, cuts it inside, across the 10, tripped up, but is able to stay on his feet into the end zone for a touchdown. 15-yard touchdown for Jacob Visner, 175-pound senior. And again, a nice job by the Cowboy offensive line.
I mean, we actually made that whole series, no penalties to start with, but we made that look easy. And I think you're going to see a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, Cowboys looking very sharp on their first possession. Taking it 52 yards, capping it off with a 15-yard Jacob Visner touchdown run. And Cooper Yagi will attempt the extra point. See some whistles on the field. Not sure what the issue is. Boy, very impressed with the Cowboys' offensive line. Again, we talked about the history of OTC. I mean, they've had a great history of line play, on both sides of the football. But on that first drive, it was the Cowboys who dominated the line of scrimmage.
And OTC, other than the first 2 games, Raleigh, I mean, they're a good football team, being 4-2 with 4 games, winning 4 in a row, and they've outscored their opponents 141-40 in those games. So, they're not a pushover. They're still a good football team, but I just don't see how they can match up with what we have.
See, I believe that was an offsides penalty. I believe an encroachment penalty on OTC. So it'll be half the distance of the goal line. So now the Cowboys are going to decide to go for 2. So they will attempt a 2-point conversion here after the visitor touchdown. Now we have a timeout. Now the Cowboys want to talk it over. So we'll take a timeout too. 9:48 to play here in the first quarter. And the Cowboys lead it 6-0. We'll be back on the Three Borders Sports Network.
Every town is a sports town, and why not? Sports were important to us growing up, and we want the same for our kids. To get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead. And why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack in the Midwest. We thank you for your continued trust in Giants to provide you the best quality sunflower seeds, pumpkin. All right, Cowboys will go for 2 after the Visner touchdown, and they'll pitch to Visner, and this time Jacob is going to come up just short. Nice job there by the OTC defensive line. So Cowboys score first, but they fail on the 2-point conversion. 9:48 to play here, first quarter. Cowboys lead it 6-0 on the Three Borders Sports Network. Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack in the Midwest. We thank you for your continued trust in Giants to provide you the best quality sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, pistachios, and our delicious cashews. Giants Snacks, a proud sponsor of Cowboy Athletics. .9:48 to play here, first quarter. 6-zip Cowboys. They take it 52 yards on the opening drive. See Brady Van Erp back deep to receive for OTC. It looked like there was some confusion on that 2-point conversion by the Cowboys.
Yeah, I couldn't see it out of the side of the window there real well, but something didn't look right on that conversion.
Well, this one skips by Van Erp inside the 5-yard line, and the Cowboys special teams right there to make the play. And OTC is going to start deep in their own territory, their first possession of the game.
Right, and so Breckenridge, a little bit like OTC, we generally play a 4-4 defense up front with a cover 3, sometimes a cover 1 man-to-man. But you know what? Cooper, at least in the OTC game the first time, matched up with whatever Van Erp went. They matched up Cooper with him. And, Cooper, as good an offensive player as he is, might be a better defensive player than he is an offensive player.
And OTC put up 16 points in that first meeting between these two teams. Just the way it looked on the Cowboys' first drive, OTC is going to need all of that if they're going to stay in this game. And they'll put the ball on the ground here to open up. That's over the left side. Number 41, Calvin Stuvey, and he's going to be the guy probably that touches the ball the most for OTC.
Yeah, and he's a little bit on a roll. I think in the last 4 games he's averaging, what do they say, 289 yards on the ground.
Yeah, I remember him from a couple of years ago. He's taken a lot of snaps at the varsity level for the Bulldogs. Split backfield this time now behind Arndt, and they keep it on the ground over the left side across the 20. It looks like it'll be short of a first down, and that is Stuvey again. Again, he'll be their workhorse tonight. It will be a full yard short of the first downs. This is a big play early for OTC.
This is a huge play, because if they don't get it and they have to punt, we're going to get the ball right back in great field position.
Third, and it's a good yard. It might be closer to 2 yards here for the Bulldogs. And again, a split backfield here behind Tanner Arndt. And he will turn and give this time over the right side, and a nice job by the right side of that OTC offensive line. And that is more than enough for a first down. That is Drew Durbin, his first carry of the game. And there is a big hole over the right side for him. So that is a Bulldog first down, and that was a big first down early on here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, OTC punting and putting the ball back in our hands, I mean, we're off and running. So just more than just field position alone.
And this is what OTC would like to do. They'd like to grind it out, keep the ball on the ground, keep that Cowboy offense off the field. 3 rushes, now 4 rushes. And it's across the 30, a nice gain on first down. They'll give him the 31-yard line, so a pickup of almost 5 on first down.
And you know, Riley, we haven't done a lot of blitzing, a lot of stunting, taking a lot of chances defensively because we haven't had to. I mean, we've been able to control the line of scrimmage for most of the year, so we haven't done a lot of that kind of stuff.
Ball marked at about the 32-yard line. Second and about 6. And Arndt, this time play action. Roll to the right, and he's got a guy wide open, but he missed him. Well, that was number 2, Owen Bueller, the top receiver for the Bulldogs. He was open out in the right flats, but Arndt just missed him. But good play action. That's what you can do when you can run the football successfully.
Right, and they've kind of been known for that little naked bootleg. They kind of roll out the other direction. I mean, they run that well, and a lot of times they'll throw that fullback out in the flat, and he's uncovered. So, I'll expect to see more of that tonight.
Another big third down play here for the Bulldogs, but this is third and a good 6 yards to go. They would, again, prefer more manageable third downs. They will keep it on the ground. It's Stuving. He does turn the corner. He's across the 35. He's going to be very close to a first down. This will depend on the spot.
I think he's just short.
Yeah, it looks like he will be about a yard short, and this will be an interesting call here early. Is OTC in position here to go for it? It looks like about a full yard, 4th and 1, and it looks like they are going to keep the offense on the field here.
Yep. I mean, and they're going to take chances. I mean, there's no tomorrow, and I think they know they're going to have a tough time stopping our offense, so they're going to have to score, and best way to keep our offense off the field is to keep their offense on the field.
All right, big play here, 4th and a yard for the Bulldogs from the OTC 36-yard line. Arndt over the right side to Stuvey, and I think he got it. They will mark it at the 38, and that is more than enough for a first down. Needed a yard, got 2. So OTC will keep the offense on the field. So a nice. Remember, this drive started deep in their own territory back at the 10-yard line. Right, so they're chewing up some clock here and chewing up some yards on the ground.
Right, and you know what? They're more than capable. I mean, they're, like we said, they're a great team. They run the ball well. They've done a great job up front. And over the last 4 games, I mean, they've bragged and talked about how good a job their front line is doing, and you're seeing that again tonight.
Yeah, this is vintage OTC. Great line play, and they are getting it done now up front. Play action here. Arndt will throw again, and he has Van Erp wide open in the left flats. Nice little juke move at the 45, and then thrown out hard by Cooper Yagi at about the 42-yard line, close to another OTC first down.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the play that we expect them to run, and that's the play that we got to stop.
Boy, again, good play action. Arndt does a nice job ball handling back there at the quarterback position. And again, they've been able to run the ball successful here and have had a couple of wide receivers the 2 times they have thrown it. So this is the situation they'd like to be in, second and short, second and about a yard from the 47-yard line. Another play action, roll out. Arndt has some time and now is finally pushed out on the far sideline. Give the Cowboys secondary a lot of credit. Nowhere to go for Arndt, and then he is pushed out of bounds on the far sideline. Might have lost a couple of yards, and that brings up another third down play for OTC.
Right, I think he lost a couple of yards. I'm actually surprised they ran that ball being second and short midfield. I mean, they've done such a good job of running the ball. But again, they're in 4-down territory now, so.
Yeah, loss of about a yard on the play. And they're chewing up some clock. Again, it took the Cowboys just over 2 minutes to score their touchdown. OTC offense has been on the field here for about over 4 minutes. 3rd and 2. Arndt turns, gives Durbin right side. He is stuffed, I believe, a little short of that first down marker. He is. They'll mark it about a half yard short. So Fourth down, they've already converted on a fourth down here on this drive, and I'm sure they will go for it again here on fourth.
Yep.
Fourth and short.
Yeah, about 4th and 1, another gigantic play.
But, yeah, from the OTC standpoint, the coaching staff got to be very happy with the way this their first offensive possession has went.
It's a great answer to what we did offensively. I mean, they, keeping the ball out of our hands. And
see, Arndt turns and gives first man through over the left side up to the 50-yard line, and that is enough for a first down. I believe that is Stuvey again, their workhorse, and it is a OTC first down. So they'll continue to chew up clock, just what they wanted to do, keep that high-powered Cowboy offense off the field. Clock ticking, 4:25 to play.
And again, Breckenridge.
First quarter.
Yeah, and Breckenridge doing nothing special. Again, just straight 4-4 defense, nothing special. And, not giving up any big plays, but just a little bit too much each series.
Ball marked right at the 50-yard line. Arndt will throw again, being pressured. Throws moving to his left, and his pass intended for number 5, Kane Cameron. He was well defended out there. A couple of Cowboy defenders.
Sebastian Anderson did a great job defensively on that play at the corner. I mean, they ran an out and up, and he didn't bite for that. And when that guy was defended, there wasn't much else.
So second down and 10. OTC really mixing it up, throwing on first down for the first time tonight. Now they find themselves in a 2nd and 10 situation. Split backs again behind Arndt. And this is Stuvey again over the right side. That time the Cowboys met him right at the line of scrimmage, but Stuvey's strong runner keeps the pile moving. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage, but able to move the pile a couple of yards up to the 48-yard line.
And OTC, I mean, they don't need to get all 7 yards on this play. I mean, they've proven already. I mean, they're going for it. It's 4-down territory for them. So, even if they can get, 3-4 yards here, it puts them in decent position on 4th down.
So they have converted, twice on 3rd down and twice on 4th down. Here they are, another 3rd and long, but first we're going to have a timeout on the field, and let's see, it's going to be OTC who calls the timeout. We'll do the same, 3:25 to play here, first quarter. The Section 6A championship game, Breckenridge 6, OTC nothing on the Three Borders Sports Network.
Bundling auto and home is a great way to save money and precious time. Amanda Frederick, your State Farm agent in Breckenridge, will make it easy and convenient. Your savings could be spent on that next amazing vacation. So stop by or call Amanda Frederick, your State Farm agent on Minnesota Avenue in Breckenridge. Call 643-8511. Amanda Frederick is proud to support Cowboy and Cowgirl athletics.
Welcome back to Cowboy Field. Raleigh Lipp alongside Kevin Heidemann. Brian Watson engineering tonight's game on the Three Borders Sports Network. Glad to have you along. The first playoff football game of 2020 for the Cowboys and the last playoff game of the season. The season ends here tonight for both these teams.
Yep, section championship tonight, and there is no tomorrow. This is it. But, Raleigh, we were talking about OTC being well-coached and, just kind of a powerhouse in playoff. And they're doing everything that they have to do. I mean, they've taken some chances. They've gone for it on 4th down a couple times. Onside kick to start the game, and they're chewing up a lot of clock.
Yeah, 3:25 to play here in the first quarter. This has been almost a 7-minute drive already. And another big 3rd down play. We'll see what they came up with out of the timeout. They will throw it. Aren't play action. Rolls to the right. Is pressured. Has to get rid of. And it's off the hands of Cameron at about the 45-yard line, and ball's incomplete, and it will bring up another 4th down here for OTC, and now we'll see what they elect to do here on 4th and long.
Right, and it's, I'll tell you another thing. I mean, the play action works great, especially when you bootleg out in a running situation, but when it's a passing situation and we know more than likely that you're passing and we're in a cover 3, it just makes it a lot tougher to execute.
They will keep the offense out on the field here on 4th down. Again, they've converted twice already on this drive on 4th down, and Arndt will work out of the shotgun. And he will fake it to Stuvey. Now throws over the middle to Cameron, and I believe he made the catch. He did. That is a completed pass at the 39-yard line, and the Bulldogs move the sticks again.
And that play, we could be talking about that play there, you know, later on in the game.
Yeah, just what OTC asked for. Yeah, after the Cowboys take it 52 yards in just over 2 minutes to open up the ball game. OTC now on a drive that is over 7 minutes now already, and they have a 1st and 10 at the Cowboy 37-yard line. And they'll keep it on the ground. Stuvey again running hard, spins off a tackle at the 35 up to the 30-yard line.
And the Cowboys got to do a little bit of job of wrapping up front. I mean, he's getting a lot of yards after first contact. We don't have those numbers, but it's substantial.
Again, Stuvey been a starter in that backfield the last couple of years, and he has been the workhorse on this drive. Again, a drive that started back on the 11-yard line with about 9 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the quarter. Well, now we're down to about 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
And they've picked up, what, 3 fourth-down conversions already?
Here we are, 2nd and 3 from the Cowboy 30. Arndt to Durbin this time in a big hole right up the middle, across the 20, and then finally thrown down at the 16-yard line. That's another Bulldog first down.
Well, we've bent and we haven't broken yet, but now we need to step up.
Yeah, and the clock continues to tick, and OTC in no hurry out of the huddle. Again, they'd like to shorten this game.
Right. No big plays. They're just chipping away, but
we're approaching 1:30 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, it's possible, Riley. We may only touch
first quarter, excuse me.
Possible we only touched the ball one time the first quarter.
Stuvey again. Boy, nice quick move at the line of scrimmage.
And there you go again. I mean, we had him in the backfield, but we can't bring him down. Again, more yardage after first contact.
Yeah, and Stuvey, not a real big kid, but he's a strong kid and really got quick feet. Yeah, he made a nice juke move right at the line of scrimmage and turned a play that didn't look like it was going to be much into a gain of about 6 yards.
And this is right where OTC wants to be again, short or 2nd and short. I mean, this plays perfectly into their play action too.
Nose of the football on the 10-yard line. A minute to play here in the first quarter. This has been a 9-minute drive for OTC and their first possession of the game. And again, first man through, that is Durbin, and this time the Cowboy defensive line steps up. No gain on that play, and it will bring up 3rd and 3. And this could possibly be the last play of the first quarter.
Yep.
Very impressive what OTC has done. And again, this is a team that has steadily gotten better over the course of the year. 2 losses to open the season, and even after each win, the coaching staff says they have seen improvement. So they're playing their best football of the season right now. And here's their workhorse, Stuvey, and there's not much there. He's across the 10, but I don't think he got enough for the first down. And that's going to bring up another big 4th down play. But that is going to be the final play of the first quarter. What an impressive drive for OTC. Their first possession of the game, they have chewed up 9 minutes and 45 seconds already. And when we come back for the first play of the second quarter, OTC will have it 4th and 3. And again, they have converted 3 4th down plays already here in the first half. After 1 quarter of play in the Section 6A championship game, Breckenridge 6, OTC nothing on the Three Borders Sports Network.
And Deli and Catering, a Twin Town favorite, has daily hot home-cooked meal specials for dine-in or carry-out, along with a full menu. Call Wahpeton Deli at 642-3639 to cater your next group lunch or dinner. Have an upcoming graduation? Let Wahpeton Deli and Catering take the worry out of your event. Call 642-3639. Wahpeton Deli and Catering on Dakota Avenue in the heart of downtown Wahpeton.
The Christmas tree forest is back at Farm City Supply in Breckenridge. You're sure to find your perfect tree for your home or office this holiday season. Hurry in for the best selection. You'll also find a huge assortment of toys from farm tractors to puzzles to dolls. Farm City Supply open weekdays till 6 and Saturday
5.
Congratulations to the Breckenridge Cowboys on another great football season from the entire staff at Oshock Financial. If it's time for you to look into life insurance, stop by Oshock Financial or give them a call for a free consultation. You can find them online at oshockfinancial.com. Oshock Financial in Breckenridge, Highway 75 North. Call 643-2679. Go Cowboys!
All right, 6-0. Breckenridge leads it. Section 6A championship game. Section championships being played tonight across the state of Minnesota. And then at midnight tonight, activity is going to be shut down. See, winter sports taking a little bit of a hit too. They'll be backed up here a few weeks under the orders of the governor.
I'm going to call it. All right.
See, Minnesota winter sports will open up now December 18th. All right, another big fourth down play. 3 fourth down conversions already for OTC on this drive. A drive that has chewed up 9 minutes and 45 seconds already. Very impressive. Bulldogs getting it done up front, man. That's where you win championships. They've won a lot of section championships. But using this type of play, dominating the line of scrimmage. Arndt will keep himself, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown, and we are tied at 6 apiece.
And you know what? That was a great call. I mean, everybody bid on the fake handoff, and there was nobody left to stop the quarterback. I mean, it was just a great call.
So Arndt from 5 yards out, and OTC answers.
So Riley, they had four fourth down conversions in the first quarter. I mean,
and 3 third down conversions.
There's people that don't have 4 fourth down conversions in a season, and they had that many in the first quarter. Right, and 3 third down.
Cowboys missed on their 2-point conversion. OTC will attempt a 2-point conversion here, but first a whistle. And most likely some movement up front or an encroachment call on the Cowboys.
And these extra points, I mean, they're huge. I mean, you know, the game we lost to them in, what was it, 2013 came down to extra points. I mean, how many times have you seen that? I mean, it's as important as a touchdown in high school when they don't kick extra points.
Yeah, and remember, the Cowboys were going to kick the extra point, but then there was a penalty, an encroachment penalty on OTC, which moved it half the distance to the goal line. Then the Cowboys decided to go for 2, and it failed.
It failed, yep.
So a motion penalty on the Bulldogs here. The only mistake they have made here in the first quarter on the offensive side. They have been really solid, really impressive drive. Open up the game after the Cowboys take it 52 yards in just a couple of minutes on their first possession. Arndt will roll to the right, being pressured, has to get rid of it, and throws it back of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Boy, it touched it got to the receiver's hands, but let's see, that is. It looked like number 2 back there. Owen Bueller, 162-pound sophomore that couldn't hold on to it.
Well, you know what, and they got what they wanted. I mean, they got the quarterback out, out on the end again, and bought himself another 2 or 3 seconds. I mean, that's tough to play defense in the end zone when quarterback has that much time to throw the ball.
All right, 11:55 to play here first half, and we have got a good one going. We're gonna keep it right here, 6-6. Both teams scoring on their first possession. Cowboys doing it very quickly, and OTC doing it very efficiently.
Well, they did. Honestly, they did everything that they had to do. Like we said, Raleigh, starting from the onside kick. I mean, every series was 4-down territory. They're not going to turn the ball over to Breckenridge, and they did what they needed to do and put points on the board.
And OTC most likely not going to kick deep tonight. You got Murtis and Visner back there. Great speed for the Cowboys. So I wouldn't expect OTC to kick deep here. You probably see another squib, and there it is. And it will be taken by the up man. That is Twidwell, who picks it up at about the 32. And, boy, he bangs ahead across the 35 up near the 40-yard line. And you'll probably hear more of Connor Twidwell before the end of the night. Tight end for the Cowboys, 220 pounds, and he can catch the football, and he can do a little something with it once he catches it, too.
Yep, athletic kid. And you know what? If OTC could give the ball to us on the 40-yard line all night, they'd be happy. I think that for all classes, I think the starting drive on the kickoff in Minnesota is right just shy of the 40-yard line. So,
yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm surprised some of these teams kick deep when you've got the type of speed the Cowboys have deep in Mertis and in Visner. Visner in the slot here. He's in motion now. To the left, and they'll give to him, trying to get to the corner. Turns it inside across the 40, into the open field. Jacob Visner across the 30, the 20, inside the 10, and he is gone. Second touchdown of the game for Visner.
Again, that just looks too easy. But when you have the speed that we do, and you have the speed that Visner does, I mean, you give him a little bit of room, and that's the result. He's gone.
Yeah, and I give Jacob a lot of credit. He knew, patient too on that run, trying to get to the edge. But both his touchdowns, he has turned it inside.
Yep.
And again, he gets into the open field. There are very few players in this class that are going to catch him.
Once he gets to the next level, he's gone.
So a 15-yard touchdown run for Visner, and now a 62-yard. Touchdown run puts the Cowboys up 12-6, 11:40 to play. 15 seconds it took the Cowboys to score in that drive. 2 minutes and 15 seconds on their first drive. Point after by Cooper Yagi is up and good. 11:40 to play here in the half. 13-6 is your score. Cowboys in the lead. This is the Three Borders Sports Network.
The Christmas tree forest is back at Farm City Supply in Breckenridge. You're sure to find your perfect tree for your home or office this holiday season. Hurry in for the best selection. You'll also find a huge assortment of toys from farm tractors to puzzles to dolls. Farm City Supply open weekdays till 6 and Saturday 8 to 5.
Congratulations to the Breckenridge Cowboys on another great football season from the entire staff at Oshock Financial. If it's time for you to look into life insurance, stop by Oshock Financial or give them a call for a free consultation. You can find them online at oshockfinancial.com. Oshock Financial in Breckenridge, Highway 75 North. Call 643-2679. Go Cowboys!
All right, 13-6. Cowboys lead it. Section 6A championship game. Appreciate you spending some time with us on this Friday evening. Offenses have dominated here in the first half. Cowboys have scored on their first two possessions. OTC scored on their first possession, and they'll start this drive at their own 38-yard line. The difference between these drives, Cowboys doing it very quickly. OTC really grinding it out. Their first drive over 10 minutes.
Right, and I mean, it's a hard way to make a living having to convert fourth down, conversions in the first quarter. I mean, I know that they don't feel that they can stop us, and they haven't shown that they're going to be able to stop us, so they're going to have to keep us off the field, and whether or not they can do that all night, Raleigh, that's an uphill battle.
Split backfield here behind Arndt. 1st and 10 Bulldogs, their own 38. Durbin right up the gut, and that time the Cowboys stuff him. Durbin falls ahead maybe to the 40-yard line for a couple of yards. Clock continues to tick. Coming up on 11 minutes to play here in the first half. And again, you'll see OTC use as much time as they can in the huddle. No hurry to get to the line. They'd love to shorten this game as much as they can.
And I don't see us doing anything different defensively.
Here is the Durbin Cowboys.
Cooper,
look, they seem a little bit more focused. Is there a fumble there?
Not sure if they called him down.
Nope, they did call him down across the 40 to about the 41. So another big third down play here, but the Cowboys seem to come back onto the field a little bit more determined here defensively.
A little bit more. Like I said, what I was going to say, I don't see us doing anything different. Yeah, OTC went down and scored, but again, they took a lot of chances to do it, a lot of fourth down conversions. I mean, it's just it's going to be a long night if that's what they got to do to score. So. Yeah,
and a couple of those fourth downs, I believe there was a 4th and 5 or a 4th and 6 in there too. Right. So I would expect OTC, if they don't pick up the first down here, If they don't lose any yards, they'll most likely go for it again on fourth down. Stuvey, play action, straight back, throwing downfield to Van Erp. Some contact, well covered, no flag.
Sebastian Anderson, I think, was the corner on that play, did a great job.
Yeah.
He was in better position to catch the ball than the OTC player was. And again, when you're in passing yardage, it's just a lot easier to play pass defense.
See, the officials, there's no flags on the field, but the officials are talking things over.
I would hope there's no flags on the field.
And they are going to call pass interference. Oh, there was a flag.
That's not a good call. I mean, the defender has the right to the ball, and he was playing the ball, not the man, and he was in better position than the defender was.
Yeah, Sebastian had great position there, but is going to be flagged for the pass interference. So that'll give OTC a first down. So another conversion on third down, and OTC into Cowboy territory at the 43-yard line. 10 minutes to play here in the half. Cowboys lead at 13-6. Here's Stuvey. Man, he cuts it up across the 40. Breaks a tackle at the 35. Up near a first down. They'll mark it at the 31, and that is another Bulldog first down.
You know, in these games, you know, it's interesting. It comes down to a big play here, like the Barnesville game. You know, look, 44-22 score, but it's probably 2 or 3 plays, right? That call, that'll be another one we could be talking about. I mean, that's a gigantic momentum change for OTC.
So the Bulldogs just grinding it out. 1st and 10 at the Cowboy 32-yard line. This is frustrating for the Cowboy defense. They put them in some difficult spots, 3rd and long and 4th and longs, but just haven't been able to make the key stops when they needed to. And here's Arndt, play action. Now he'll keep it, tuck it across the 30, and he'll be run out of bounds near the 25. They'll mark it just shy of the 25-yard line.
And one of the things Cowboys have done just a great job all year, we talked about it in the pregame, is that we contain the edges, right? We didn't let anybody get outside. If you're going to play good defense, one of the fundamental things that you got to be able to contain. And they beat us outside tonight more than once. And there was another case pick up, 7 yards?
Stuvey, another one of those runners, a lot like Visner, who has great vision. He's seen it sometime where the Cowboys didn't allow him to get outside, but he found a hole inside. That time it was Arndt who did get outside in the Cowboys. He picked up a nice gain on first down. And this time Durbin over the right side. That right side of the offensive line for OTC has done a good job. Durbin, a nice hole there, is tripped up but falls ahead to the 20-yard line, and OTC moves the sticks again.
You can see Jared Amal. I think Jared Amal made first contact on him there again. And you can see him playing with the broken hand. He's got the big pad or cast or whatever that thing has, big mitt on his hand.
And again, OTC continues to grind time off the clock. Again, the Cowboy drives have their first drive 2 minutes 15 seconds. Their second drive took just 15 seconds. So their offense has only been on the field 2.5 minutes. OTC's offense has been out there the rest of the way. Here's Stuvey. He does get to the corner. Across the 25, or excuse me, across the 15, inside the 15-yard line.
Right, and there again, I mean, another case where we got beat on the edge. And that's the one thing we're going to have to do different. I mean, we're playing straight up, 4-4, not doing a lot of anything special, but we're not containing like we should.
Yeah, Cowboys want to talk things over here. As OTC into the red zone again, 8:42 to play in the first half, and we have another timeout on the field. We'll take a quick break here. 13-6, Breckenridge leads it on the Three Borders Sports Network.
It's kind of become like family. Really a close-knit group, and they really bring you into their fold and provide good service.
The salespeople just make it so comfortable, and they really care about you, and they make it fun.
I always know that I'm going to be a top priority for them and just feel special.
This is what I do.
This is what I drive.
And this is where I buy.
Nelson Auto Center. Online at nelsonfergusfalls.com.
.842 to play here in the first half. We got a good one going here in the Section 6A championship game. Very impressed with the Cowboys offense, but you know what? I'm equally impressed with OTC's offense.
Right, I expected our offense to do what it did, but I didn't expect OTC to be as successful on their offensive side of the ball. But again, they're doing everything right.
Again, a rich tradition football at OTC, and Arndt this time isn't going to get out of trouble. Faked it right up the middle, and he was going to try to get outside, but the Cowboy defensive line all over that. So whatever the Cowboy coaching staff said seemed to work at least on that play. And it'll bring up another big third down. And again, OTC has been really, really good here in the first half on third and fourth down. They have converted all of them.
Yep, and it's obviously keeping them in the game. And, they don't convert one of those, and this could be a two-score game already.
Third and a long 3. Split backs behind Arndt. He turns, fakes to Stuvey, rolls to the right. Got to get rid of it. Finally does. It's complete inside the 10, and it is going to be enough for another OTC first down. And again, give Arndt credit, buying a little bit of time and then having to look back and throw across his body.
Right, and again, they beat us on the edge, right? He gets outside, he buys all kinds of time, and that's the one thing I didn't expect, is that I didn't expect them to be able to get outside, and they are. And he was able to go through his first receiver was downfield. He went through the second guy, and he threw it to the short guy. So he had 3. He looked at his third receiver before he completed that pass.
7 third down conversions, 3 fourth down conversions already for OTC. They have it first and goal at the 7. Stuvey will cut it inside, across the 5, and dives for the end zone. Touchdown OTC. That touchdown coming with 7:35 to play here in the first half. And OTC can take the lead here with a 2-point conversion. Stuvey from 7 yards out.
Stuvey's one of those guys, Riley, that cannot just make you miss and beat you to the edge, but he can also run you over.
Bulldogs will be trying the 2-point conversion.
All right, they will go for 2. Durbin and Stuvey in the backfield behind Arndt. And the give is to Stuvey behind Durbin.
Down.
And he is going to be stopped just short. And I mean just short. So the Cowboys hold on the 2-point conversion. 7:35 to play here in the half. And we got a dandy going, folks. 13-12. Cowboys lead it on the Three Borders Sports Network.
Raleigh, this reminds me a lot of the 2013 game, 22-19 game.
Yeah.
I mean, that game was about as even as you could be, as you could get. It just came down to extra points, and we came up on the short end of it, and it's turning out so far this game to be the same.
13-12, 7:35. Yeah, I did not anticipate this. Yeah, and again, if you're OTC, yeah, you've given up some quick touchdowns to the Cowboys, but again, you knew that coming in. What you had to do to give yourself a chance is shorten the game, burn the clock, and they have done exactly that.
And there's 4 or 5 key plays. I mean, and they've converted on all of them. They've executed on all the fourth downs, and the big penalty, the big pass interference, was a big penalty. Remember, we'll be talking about a few of those at the end of the game. Which gave them new life on this series.
Another little squib here, actually taken in the air by the up man, but quickly thrown down at about the 41-yard line. That is number 12, Alex Martell, a 5'10", 160-pound sophomore. 7:32 on the clock here. Third possession of this first half for the Cowboys. Visner scored a touchdown on their first possession, 15-yard touchdown run, then came back and scored on the first play of the second possession, 62 yards. Cowboy offense back on the field. Again, they spent just 2.5 minutes on the field here in the first half. But they still lead 13-12. Here's Cooper Yagi right up the middle, and a nice gain of about 4 yards on first down.
So anytime we go twins or trips and we spread OTC's defense out, where there's six men in the box, I think Breckenridge feels that 6-on-6 that we're going to win that battle most of the time.
Second and 6 from the Cowboy 45-yard line. Twin receivers to the left, I backfield, behind Yagi. It's Murtis, second man through. Little juke move at the 48 across midfield, and then spins off a tackle and falls ahead up across the 48, enough for a first down. So Murtis,
huge hole up front.
Doing a nice job. Starting position, 5'10", 165-pound junior.
First and 10 for the Cowboys at the Bulldogs.
Have we thrown a pass? I don't think we've thrown a pass yet, have we?
Call it the 47-yard line.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, the Cowboys haven't thrown it yet. But been running very effectively with Murtis this time outside, trying to get outside, and again, OTC doing a good job not giving the Cowboys the edge. Murtis turns it inside and does gain about a yard on the play. Knows the football at the 45-yard line. This is a big, all of a sudden, you know what? This is a big possession for the Cowboys.
Huge
the way things have gone. If you don't run some clock here, you're probably not going to get. Or don't score here, you're probably not going to get the ball back here in the first half.
Right, it's a huge possession because we don't have a lot of opportunities to touch it.
Yagi play action, and he will throw. Rolling to the right. Will throw downfield looking for Visner, and he's got it, and Visner has his third of the game.
Boy, it was a perfect pass.
And a great catch. It couldn't have been covered much better than that, but yeah, the pass was right there, and Visner able to hold on. And he has 3 touchdowns, and we still have 5:38 to play here in the first half.
Well, Cooper did a great job play action and rolled out, bought himself some time, and then just made a great pass. And like you said, Raleigh well defended, really. Just put the pass right where it needed to be, and Breckenridge has another score.
Well, I hope you have Jacob Visner on your fantasy team this week. 15-yard touchdown run.
And just more of the same. I mean, OTC showing no really ability to stop Breckenridge, which we kind of thought would happen, but and them grinding it out on the other side of the ball.
Well, extra points big in a game like this. Boy, Cooper, he's got it. That would have been good from 50 yards.
I think he pulled that. Looked left, didn't it? Yeah, they called it good.
Oh, he did miss it.
Yeah.
Oh, it looked like it was. Yeah, I thought that was right down the middle. He did miss it.
Yeah, no question.
And again, the extra points are big play. Well, they're big all season long, but come playoff time, they're really magnified. So missed extra point. 5:38 to play here, first half. Nobody can stop anybody.
Nope.
Both teams have scored on each possession.
Well, the question is, can OTC continue? Can their running back continue to, does he have the endurance to be able to take that kind of a pounding and to be able to do this for 4 quarters? Because it's work. I mean, what we're doing is easy. What they're doing is work.
5:38 to play here in the half. Stick around for the OSPTI halftime report. We're trying to see if we can get Robert Wannick up here. If you tuned in, I hope you enjoyed the little video open to tonight's program. Robert Wannick put a great video together for the Cowboys. Robert Wannick, of course, the founder of Breck Sports Talk. He keeps all the Cowboy fans up to date on what's going on in Cowboy athletics. Robert's done a great job. And see if we can't catch him here at halftime. The OSP halftime report coming up. 5:38 to play. Here in an exciting first half, Section 6A Championship. Breckenridge 19, OTC 12, and that boy, Cooper, kicks that one into the end zone. So OTC will start on their own 20-yard line. You don't see that very often. And again, there's hardly any wind. Wind not playing any factor tonight. That flag limp on the north end of the field. Nice night for football.
And, both of those drives, speaking of that, they didn't have great field position to start with. I think what the
one
first
started
drive,
on the 10, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, they'll start on the 20 here. See if we can get the Cowboy defense going here. Again, OTC offense has chewed up some time here. Boy, if they could take this one down and score, they'd be heading into the locker room just where they want.
Well, with 5.5 minutes in the half, I mean, it's they're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive, and they're not going to have to have time to go down and score, you know, with the game plan we've seen their first 2 possessions.
Cowboys stuffed that one. Cullen Roberts there, along with a couple of other Cowboys. Short gain, 2nd and 9. As that clock continues to tick.
Yeah, Breckenridge defensively is just staying with the 4-4.
Here's Arndt. He'll fake to Durbin. Then tried to go over to the right side. There was nothing there, and then he bounces it back left, spins out of a tackle at the 30-yard line and falls ahead for a first down. So Arndt doing that all on his own. There was nothing over the right side.
Right, and both of their first 2 series, the same thing. We talked about how many yards have they had after first contact. There was another example. Breckenridge needs to do a much better job of wrapping up, because we had him stop for no gain again.
Boy, there's a flag on the far side of the field. Let's see. So this one might come back. Well, it looks like they're talking to Van Erp, though. No, it looks like it could be a Cowboy penalty. 4:51 to play here in the first half. Cowboys lead it 19-12. 3 touchdowns for Jacob Bisner. A 15-yard touchdown run, a 62-yard touchdown run, and a 45-yard touchdown catch from Cooper Yagi. See, Arndt has a 5-yard touchdown run, and Stuvie a 7-yard touchdown run for OTC.
Have they made a call yet? I don't think so.
It looks like it's going to go against the Cowboys.
Personal foul.
Boy, it is a personal foul penalty against the Cowboys, so that'll tack on an extra 15 yards.
Not on whoever it was, I think they threw him out of the game. Daniel Erlinson.
Oh, they did, yeah, and that is big. Daniel Erlinson, a playmaker on both sides of the football for the Cowboys. Not only called for the penalty, but thrown out of the game, and that's, boy, that is really strange. A kid like, boy, if anyone knows Daniel.
Yeah, that's a blow.
Yeah, boy, that seems harsh. A senior playing in his last football game as a high school football player and thrown out.
Not sure what I didn't see it happen. I don't know what the.
So it's 1st and 10 here for OTC at their own 48-yard line. Plenty of time on the clock. 4:50 to play here in the half. Arndt to Durbin, and Durbin is pushed back, hit right at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. They might give him forward progress up to the 49, but Cowboy defense making a play, and it brings up 2nd and long. Well, at worst, OTC would at least like to pick up one more first down here where they could run the clock out.
Well,
you know?
Well, here's the thing. It's just keeping the ball out of our hands. I mean, if they don't score, leave us with no time, because we don't need a lot of time, as we've shown tonight, to put points on the board.
2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs. Arndt to Stuvie, left side, cuts it up across the 45. He's got some room across the 40, up to the 35-yard line, and the Bulldogs move the chains again. We're under 4 minutes to play now in the first half. 1st and 10 Bulldogs from the Cowboy 35-yard line.
You know, and they're getting to the edge. I didn't expect that tonight, and of course it doesn't help with Daniel Erlinson now out of the game at the defensive end position, but still they're making, that's too easy for them.
Boy, I really like Stuvie's patience, though. Again, that was another one that he turned inside. And again, he doesn't need much room. Here's Durbin with Stuvie in front, and Durbin is pushed back right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play. 2nd and long. 3:25 to play in the half.
Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and about 10.
Well, there's still plenty of time for Breckenridge if we can make a stop here to get the ball back and put more points on the board. But I mean,
remember the Cowboys did use a couple of timeouts. They used two of their timeouts to make defensive adjustments. 2nd and 10. Arndt play action. Oh, and the Cowboys nearly had him. Aren't able to escape, and his pass complete to Cameron. at the 30-yard line, and Cameron stumbles forward across the 30 for another OTC first down. Great effort.
You know, and the difference, Raleigh, I mean, right now, what's keeping OTC in this game is they're making plays and we're not. I mean, bottom line, there's another opportunity we had for a big loss. That ball was thrown behind him. I thought it was going to get tipped, possibly even picked off. Made a great catch on the play, right? And now here they are with another first down.
Yeah, Kane Cameron, 178-pound senior tight end, made a great catch there and then was able to stay on his feet and pick up the first down. Here's Stuvey adding to his rushing totals here in the first half. He's up across the 20-yard line. So if nothing else, OTC is going to be able to at least work most of the clock here in the first half.
Yeah, if you were going to drive, playbook or game plan for OTC, you couldn't draw it up any better than this. I mean, like I said, it's not just putting points on the board. It's just time of possession is hugely in their favor.
And again, no hurry to break the huddle. We're under 2 minutes to play now in the half. 2nd and 7 from the Cowboy 20-yard line. Arndt will throw again. Looking right. He has Van Erp, but Van Erp couldn't hold on. Good coverage over there by the Cowboys. Couple of defenders over there for the Cowboys to break it up, and it'll bring up another big third down.
And how many have we seen tonight? Just another opportunity for Breckenridge to make a stop.
Bring up third down.
And, really, they haven't really beaten us through the air. I mean, they did pick up the 4th down on the pass, but most of it's been on the ground. Even 3rd and long and 4th and long.
That incomplete pass stopped the clock. 1:46. Here's Stuvey, a quick hitter over the right side, and Stuvey carries a couple of defenders across the 15. He's going to be close to a first down. See, they'll mark it at the 13. And they did give him, it is enough for a first down.
And there again, I mean, you could see his jersey being, the old days of Earl Campbell with the breakaway jerseys, right? I mean, again, more yardage after first contact. I'd love to see what that number is because it's substantial. I mean, we've had opportunities to make plays and make tackles all night long, and we just haven't been able to do it.
All right, OTC back into the red zone. We have not had a defensive stop here in the first half. Here's Durbin over the right side across the 10. Pickup of 3. Approaching a minute to play here in the half. OTC still has a timeout. Clock really not a factor here for the Bulldogs inside the 10-yard line.
Colin Roberts made a nice play on that, stood him up and actually made a tackle.
This has been a fun first half. Again, both teams scoring on every possession. Here's Stuvey to the left side, and he's going to get to the pylon. Touchdown. Stuvey has his second of the night.
And more of the same. I mean, they've run that same play 10 times tonight. Again, contained our end and got outside. And once they get outside, I mean, the advantage swings to them. And that just, again, over and over tonight. And we talked about that in the pregame, how we've done such a good job tonight. Now, they're smart, right? Steven's out of the game, and they're going to attack that spot, and that's what they're doing.
3 possessions for the Cowboys, 3 touchdowns, 3 possessions for OTC, 3 touchdowns, and the Bulldogs can take the lead here with 46 seconds to play in the half if they can convert this 2-point conversion. We talked about how important these extra points are at playoff time.
Yeah,
everything magnified a little bit at playoff time.
Yep. What Breckenridge has missed 2, right? Yeah. We missed 2 extra points.
Yep. So Arndt over visiting with the coaching staff.
Okay,
now OTC is going to call a timeout. 46 seconds to play here, first half, and we got a dandy. Breckenridge 19, OTC 18 on the Three Borders Sports Network.
Every town is a sports town, and why not? Sports were important to us growing up, and we want the same for our kids. To get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead. And why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it.
All right, OTC very impressive. Another touchdown drive, and they burn up some clock too. They only give the Cowboys 46 seconds, and they're thinking long and hard about this 2-point conversion. This is a big one coming up.
Huge.
Well, we'll see what they come up with out of the timeout. And Stuvie, another touchdown run. That one from 9 yards. Stuvie approaching 100 yards here in the first half. And Visner on the other side, over 100 yards for the Cowboys. Visner has 3 touchdowns for the Cowboys. Big 2-point conversion here. Arndt will roll left. He's got a receiver, but it's knocked down in the end zone. And wait, it is knocked down, right?
Yep,
it is knocked down. Yep. So the 2-point conversion fails. OTC not able to convert on any of their 2-point conversions, and they trail by 1. 46 seconds to play here in the half. 19-18 Cowboys on the Three Borders Sports Network. All right, stick around for the OSPTI halftime report. And we'll break down that this first half, and this has been a fun one. Again, I think this one a lot closer than some people anticipated.
Much closer. And again, perfect game plan. Not only do they go down and score, but they leave us no time on the clock with 46 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't draw it up on the board any better than what OTC has done. And, again, we've only been penalized, twice tonight, on the extra point, but both of them huge. The personal foul, which cost us Daniel, and then the pass interference. So even the penalties have kind of gone their way.
Well, the Cowboys are going to get pretty good field position here. OTC has been squib kicking, so the Cowboys should get great field position, and they still have a timeout left. And, again, their last drive their second drive just took 15 seconds, and they'll get great field position. Here's the up man again, and that's the second time that we've seen Reese Peterson make a play on those short squibs. That one he took right out of the air, and the Cowboys get great position near midfield.
Yeah.
And still 43 seconds on the clock.
That was a great play. I mean, the first one was on the ground, but that was kicked hard and right at him. I mean, he did a good job to hold that ball.
All right, still a timeout remaining for the Cowboys. Keep an eye on number 24. Visner with 3 touchdowns already tonight. And again, Visner certainly not the only threat they have. Cowboys got a number of guys that can go up and catch the football. And, of course, Cooper back there, he's been doing it for a few years here. He'll look straight down the middle of the field, and that is nearly picked off by number 3, Tanner Arndt, the quarterback, also a cornerback on the defensive side. Cowboys looking for Dylan Bernatus, 165-pound sophomore down the middle of the field.
Right, and he just ran a seam route. I mean, and Cooper actually had him open. And Bernatus is another one of those guys that's just a speedster. I mean, he catches the ball in the open field. I mean, he's tough to bring down. So just a little bit overthrown there, but they had him open.
All right, Cooper will work out of the shotgun again. 38 seconds to play, and he'll take it right up the middle. And OTC is not going to be fooled by that. They were ready for that one. Gain of maybe a yard on the play, but that's it. Yeah, and the clock will continue to run, and the Cowboys probably let it run down here a little bit. I would think they'd take one more shot here, though.
I'd have liked to see them take a couple more shots downfield as opposed to that, but that's going to pretty much do it. I think they're going to let the clock run out.
Well, it looks like they may call a timeout and at least run one more play here. At least throw a Hail Mary. Yeah, it looks like Chad, he will call a timeout here with 5 seconds to play. So the Cowboys are going to take at least one more shot here.
30 seconds is a lot of time in high school. I mean, the clock stops on a first down. It's almost like another timeout. I mean, especially with our offense as explosive as it is, I would have liked to have seen us attack OTC a little bit more. Like you said, the play before was open. We just overthrew it a little bit.
Yeah, so Cooper's going to have to get this one to the end zone.
Well, that's going to be 60 yards in the air for him to do that with his drop back, 55 at least.
All right. Good first half. That's been fun.
It's been fun.
Moving right along.
A little bit of what we expected and then a lot of what we didn't expect.
And again, this is it. Things are going to shut down in Minnesota. After tonight, all section championship games, the ones that are, I don't believe all the section championship games are being played.
Well, I think most teams are scrambled to get a game in. I mean, there's some of them aren't even calling them section championships, like Barnesville tonight in Pelican and Holly and Warroad. They're calling section finalists. They're not even having the championship game. So
this will be it. Again, winter sports has been moved back. They are able to start practice December 18th as of right now. Well, let's see. That could possibly change over the next few weeks as well. All right, one final play here in the first half. Yagi to Visner. Jacob turns the corner. Always dangerous with the ball in his hands across the 35. Still on his feet, and then will be brought down at about the 30-yard line. So the Cowboys getting it into their playmaker's hands to see if he could make something happen, but OTC able to make the tackle at the 30-yard line, and that'll end the first half. Good first half of football. This looks like it's going to be an interesting second half. Cowboys lead it 19-18 at the half. The OSPTI halftime report is coming up for you next on the Three Borders Sports Network.
Good sports are winners, no matter what the score, and good sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. You keep the standards high and the game enjoyable for all by showing respect for players, coaches, and officials. Respect and responsibility is why we play. Celebrating a championship with classmates, teammates, and the community. It's a memory that lasts a lifetime, so root for your team with good sportsmanship and enjoy every minute of today's game. The Minnesota State High School League, helping students reach their goals in and out of the classroom.
Congratulations to the Cowboys on another successful football season from the staff at Bell Bank. If you're shopping around for a new bank, consider Bell Bank with 2 convenient locations in the Twin Towns, 717 2nd Avenue North in Wahpeton and 214 5th Street North in Breckenridge. Check them out online at bellbanks.com.
What does your Thanksgiving dinner include? The traditional turkey and stuffing? Or do you do something a little less traditional? Whatever your Thanksgiving dinner includes, Econo Foods in Breckenridge and Wahpeton is sure to have whatever you need. And now it's even easier to shop. You can order online and pick up in-store. Just go to econoonestop.com to get started. Econo Foods, Breckenridge and Wahpeton, your hometown employee-owned grocery store. National Bank of Henning, Ottertail, and Battle Lake reminds you to shop local this holiday season. And to make it even easier, you can enjoy the shopping power of Visa plus local service from your hometown bank. 0% introductory rate, online account access, and reward points when you use your Visa card from First National Bank. It's easy to apply. Just go to fnnbhenning.com to get started. First National Bank of Henning, Ottertail, and Battle Lake, proudly serving the area since 1903. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Boy fans, show your school pride with apparel from Creative Stitches. Top quality sweatshirts, polos, t-shirts, and more, all customized to your needs. Creative Stitches is also your officially licensed Bison apparel outlet in the southern Red River Valley. Wildcat fans, they have you covered too. It's game on at Creative Stitches in Breckenridge, serving all the schools in the southern Red River Valley. Go Cowboys! OSPTI has been the therapy clinic of choice for over 15 years here in the southern Red River Valley. At OSPTI, they strive to have the most up-to-date treatment options available with their hands-on method to decrease your symptoms and ensure quality care. Their motto at OSPTI, we strive to meet your goals. Locally owned on 5th Street North in Breckenridge. OSPTI.
Frontier Marine and Power Sports in Fergus Falls has the best selection of Bennington pontoons in the area. 2020 has been tough on all of us, so let's make sure we have some fun in the summer of 21. You can check out the great selection of new and pre-owned units online at frontierpowersports.com. Frontier Marine and Power Sports in Fergus Falls. The fun starts here.
What matters is you finding the right college for yourself. And so I transferred to NDSCS. I love the fact that people are always nice to you and you make a lot of great friends. My name is Dawafi and I am here for my future.
Hi, this is Michelle, manager at the Blazer Express, congratulating the Cowboys on another great season and wishing them the best of luck in the postseason. Stop in at the Blazer Express and pick up a fresh brewed caribou coffee and some hot stuffed pizza on your way to the game. That's the Blazer Express, Highway 75 North in Breckenridge. Proud to support Cowboy athletics.
Since 1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987. When you dine at the Wilkin Drink and Eatery, you're among friends. So relax and enjoy everything from sizzling sirloins, mouth-watering seafood, vibrant salads, and crowd-pleasing desserts. The Wilkin also serves the best pizza in town. Dine in or carry out after 5. The Wilkin Drink and Eatery, gracing Minnesota Avenue since 1897.
OSPTI has been the therapy clinic of choice for over 15 years here in the southern Red River Valley. At OSPTI, they strive to have the most up-to-date treatment options available with their hands-on method to decrease your symptoms and ensure quality care. Their motto at OSPTI, we strive to meet your goals. Locally owned on 5th Street North in Breckenridge. OSPTI.
All right, welcome back to Cowboy Field. Raleigh Lipp alongside Kevin Heidemann, Brian Watson handling the controls tonight. 19-18. Cowboys lead it. 3 possessions for OTC. They scored on all of their possessions. Cowboys had it 4 times, but we won't count that last time where they only had 40 seconds to work with. They've only had the ball for 5 minutes in the first half. Think about that. The Cowboys have had the ball for 5 minutes. OTC has just grinded the clock,
well, if you came into this game, Riley, and you're the OTC coach, which again very well coached, right? I mean, the one thing your game plan is time of possession. I mean, that's what you got to do, right? You got to hold on to the ball, you got to use up the clock, and you got to score, right? And not give us the ball, which is exactly what they did. That's why we have a game. And the key plays that you got to make, those 4th downs conversions, those were huge. Of course, the penalty was a big play. You know, us losing Danny Erlinson, that's a big play. Not just the 15 yards, but one of our better players and our lead blocker in our run game, right? So everything that could possibly go right for OTC really has, other than the extra points. And you know what? There you go. Now we got a game. And Breckenridge, I think, defensively said, look, played a 4-4 defense all year. We don't need to blitz. We haven't blitzed much because we don't need to, right? Didn't see a lot of big plays from OTC. I mean, they chipped away. You know, 5 yards here, 4 yards there, 6 yards there, threw a couple passes. Here's the key. We've had opportunities to stop them all night long. I don't know how many yards they have after first contact, but it's a bunch. I mean, they have broken tackles. We have not done a great job, and we haven't contained, which I bragged, you know, on the pregame, how good a job we've done containing and not letting people get to the edge. But tonight, we're getting beat there, and that's the result. We got a 1-point game.
Visner, 3 touchdowns for the Cowboys, 15 and 62-yard runs, 45-yard touchdown catch. Stuvey, 2 touchdown runs for OTC, 7 yards and 10 yards. Arndt also has a 5-yard touchdown run. What surprises you in the first half?
Well, nothing offensively, obviously. I mean, that time of possession, when you score as fast as we do, I mean, that's part of it. But I am shocked that we have not done a better job defensively, and we stayed with it. I mean, we really didn't blitz much. We really didn't stunt much. We're just straight up, you know, cover 3, cover 1, straight up. And I think we thought, you know what, we're going to make plays, but we didn't, right? Every time they needed to make a big play, they did. I mean, that's what happened. So here's the question mark for me. Do we stay with that in the second half? Do we do a few more blitzes? Do we stunt a little bit more? You know, we got to contain on the edges, for one. I mean, a couple of those passing plays, the guy got outside, bought all kinds of time, went through his progression, second receiver, third receiver, the one down here late to number 5. I mean, that was his third receiver. So we got to do a better job at containing for one, but I don't know. Do we stay with just straight up? Do we give them a few different looks? I don't know what we do defensively, but we got to get the ball back. And they're going to start with the ball.
Yeah, OTC gets the football first here. If they're able to eat a little bit of time, go down and score, then you start thinking a little bit. Cowboys, again, big favorites coming into this game, but when games get tight late.
Right, late. There's a history of OTC kind of having the edge here in the playoffs. They're 4-1 against us in recent history. Great team, great coach team, a lot of respect, all that kind of stuff. Now all at once, third quarter, they come down and score. They got the lead. Next thing you know, they actually start believing that they're going to win, and we start thinking that they might win. So the momentum in any sport is just a huge part of it, right? We don't make a stop here in the that first series of the third quarter. This thing could get interesting.
Again, OTC will start the second half with the football. I asked Brian in the pregame about his thoughts and the focus of kids and coaches and fans and everybody regarding this COVID stuff. We got word from the governor this week. Winter sports now is going to be moved back December 18th. Is the first day that they can start practicing. Been a strange year. When are we going to get back to normal? And your thoughts on this shutdown? What's happened here in 2020?
Well, Raleigh, it's tough. I mean, you think of this year. I mean, we started this last spring, right? So we canceled baseball and didn't think we were going to play baseball. We ended up playing a summer schedule. Didn't think we were going to have a football season. Canceled the football season, and then ended this. And if we wouldn't have done that, shoot, we could have played a full season and regular playoff thing and been done by now. But they canceled it, and nobody thought we'd have any of this. And next thing you know, we're playing football. So, it's just been such an emotional roller coaster. I mean, you don't know. And then some of these teams, like New York Mill is another great example. They're 4-0. I mean, they're coming in. Actually, they were the number 2 team in the QRF. Breckenridge was number 7, and we seeded number 1 because they had COVID rules for the QRF this year in playoffs. If you only played 4 games or fewer, it went to a coach's vote, and we won the coach's vote. But I mean, my point is, you're the number 2 team in the QRF, and next thing you know, you're not even in the playoffs. So it's tough. And here's another thing that's been tough. You set a goal. I want to win sections. You have the dream. I want to go to state. I want to win state. And part of that dream or the goals, they don't exist, right? There is no opportunity for that. That makes it a little bit tough too, especially when your team is talented and as these guys are, and the expectations that they've had.
Yeah, and obviously the Cowboy program, they've had a lot of success. You go back to the 80s and the 90s when the Cowboys were dominant, but it's been a while now since they've been to the state playoffs since they won the.
Well, in 2008, it was my oldest son Eric's sophomore year. Was the last time we beat OTC 7-0, right? So that year was the first that I can remember. That's the last time we've been in the state tournament, and we went and played it down in St. Cloud. We played Moose Lake and we got killed. But that's the last time that we've been there. So this was an opportunity this year, barring this COVID stuff. This was an opportunity for us. And like we talked, in the pregame, I mean, all the cards were lined up for Breckenridge. I mean, largest or second largest school in the state in single A, which is just a big advantage. Football's a game of numbers. I mean, when you're the biggest school, I mean, it's a huge advantage. And then a great team to go along with it, right? And to mention another couple, thing here, we got a couple young coaches. Jordan Christensen stepped up on the defensive line coach, and Carson Yagi, who's in the booth here somewhere, has helped out with quarterback coach and helping call some plays. So, we get some young guys in there that are, full of energy and smart guys, right? I mean, we're as well coached as we've been. So we just had all of the cards lined up for a great playoff run, and then the COVID thing kind of changed all that. So anyhow, it's a little bit too bad, but it is what it is.
All right, your thoughts on the second half, what the Cowboys need to do?
Well, I'll tell you what, Raleigh, I mean, we haven't made a play all night when we needed to. And this series, I mean, no matter, we got to make a stop here. We don't necessarily, need to go 3-0, but we just got to keep them off the scoreboard. I mean, just from a momentum thing and everything. I mean, it's just, this first series is huge.
All right, both teams making their way back out onto the field. We're just a few minutes away from the second half kickoff, and we've got a good one going. Section 6A championship game. Breckenridge 19 and OTC 18. We'll be back with the second half for you on the Three Borders Sports Network.
Don't miss the Weathered Nest Christmas Open House Friday and Saturday, November 27th and 28th. Stop and see what this great store has to offer. You'll find holiday decor and fantastic gift ideas. Open Thursday and Fridays 10 till 6 and Saturdays 9 till 2. It's the Christmas Open House at the Weathered Nest, located on 5th Street North in Breckenridge. Football at Casey's has become somewhat of a tradition. Whether it's a night out with your old teammates to reminisce about how great your team was, or if you're hooking up with friends to watch a Vikings game on a Sunday afternoon. Memories are made at the corner. Continue the tradition at Casey's.
And we welcome all those watching down at Casey's Bar. Boy, Julie did a nice job. Hats off to the entire Three Borders Sports Network crew. Nice little tribute there to Ed. And again, we welcome all those watching down at Casey's and all the watch parties going on here in Breckenridge. We got a good one going. 1918 Breckenridge OTC underdogs coming in. They'll get the football here to start the second half. They go down and score. You can put a little pressure, and again, everything's magnified a little bit here at playoff time. This first 5 minutes here of the second half, 5 very important minutes in this football game.
Just critical. Just momentum. Critical that we get off the field here and without them putting points on the board.
All right, and again, a chilly night. Teams going to get an extra 3 minutes to warm up. We're down into the low 20s now. One of the coldest football games you've played in. I remember watching one at Monoman. Still the greatest football game high school football game I've ever seen. That was the first time the Cowboys able to advance to the state championship game by beating Monoman. I remember being at that game. That was a very cold game.
No, I was playing in that game, and I don't remember it being cold, but it's a little different when you're playing it. But yeah, we got beat. That's my senior year, and we got beat by Jordan in the championship game in the Dome that year. But yeah, we played in some cold ones. I mean, we played at a game at Concordia in college, a playoff game, in a blizzard. They literally stopped the game and came around with the little thing with the plow in front and plowed the end zone and the sidelines off. So it happens, but we've been fortunate this year to have some great weather.
Do you remember my senior year, your junior year, we at Frazee? You remember that one?
Yep.
That might have been that was cold and snow and wind. That was a little miserable. All right, we're gonna BW all ready for another. We're going to take one more quick break here. They're going to allow the kids just a little extra time to warm up here. 19-18 at the half. We'll have that second half kickoff for you coming up next on the Three Border Sports Network.
National Bank of Henning, Otter Tail, and Battle Lake reminds you to shop local this holiday season. And to make it even easier, you can enjoy the shopping power of Visa plus local service from your hometown bank. 0% introductory rate, online account access, and reward points when you use your Visa card from First National Bank. It's easy to apply. Just go to fnnbhenning.com to get started. First National Bank of Henning, Otter Tail, and Battle Lake, proudly serving the area since 1903. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, so we are set for the second half. We talked about the Cowboys and the dangerous kick returners they have. OTC, Van Erp back there. We've seen how dangerous he can be, and he will get the football here. Well, he won't maybe. That ball bounces at the 20 and it's loose. That is a live ball. It's recovered by Durbin.
Boy, OTC's lucky. I mean, that's just the one thing you don't do is you just do not let the ball hit the ground.
Yeah, and Van Erp, he thought that ball would bounce to him. That ball actually bounced backwards, and the Cowboys had an opportunity.
But you know, and the Cowboys have done a great job. I mean, OTC has not started in great field position. I mean, even now they're, inside the 30-yard line, so you couldn't ask for a better, kickoff coverage for the Cowboys tonight.
This drive will start at the 26-yard line. And again, OTC 3 possessions in the first half. They scored on all 3 of them and chewed up 19 minutes. They had the ball 19 minutes. 19 of the 24 minutes in the first half. And there's Stuvey again.
Tell you what, Raleigh, if Sebastian Anderson does not make that shoestring tackle, he might go. He might take that to the house. We could be down, first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, Stuvey a lot like Visner that way. He gets into the open field, and he's a very difficult guy to catch. Another situation here, OTC loves to be in second and short.
And you know what? It's kind of a little bit of the same old, same old. I mean, they've done nothing, they're not tricking us, right? I mean, we know what they're going to do, and they're just executing and beating us to the punch.
Aren't. This time it's Durbin, and Durbin, a hole over the left side, and he's over the 40 and upended at about the 43, another OTC first down.
The same thing, and we don't make that play again. I think he takes that to the house. I mean, there's nobody back if we don't make that tackle. Right?
Yeah, I tell you, I'm really impressed by OTC, and I have been, for years. I mean, this is a team again that's well coached. Coach Eric Olson been on this. You mentioned that been on that staff for a long time.
Right.
Took over as head coach a couple years ago, and they haven't missed a beat. And again, they're doing it the same way, OTC way, with the big physical play up front. And there's Stuvey again over the left side, and he's loose across the 40 and tripped up at the 30, and that might have been another touchdown-saving tackle, that one by Twidwell.
Well, there's no doubt that you have to have respect for the OTC program because they've just been too successful for too long not to, right? And come playoff time, you know what you're going to get. But I got to tell you, again, just like the pregame, didn't expect to see this coming out from halftime. Thought we would make some adjustments, thought we would be a little bit better. You know what? They're just beating us off the ball right now. They're controlling the line of scrimmage. It's just that simple.
Again, this drive started on the 26. And 90 seconds later, they're down to the Cowboy 30-yard line. And it's all been on the ground, and they'll keep it on the ground. Stuvey up across the 35, the 25, and down to the 20. That'll be close to another first down. And it looks like they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, and Gavin came from the opposite side, defensive tackle position, I think, to make that tackle.
Boy, 10 yards a pop.
Yeah, they
here for OTC in the opening drive of the second half.
They actually came out and expanded on what they're doing. I mean, they were chipping away the first half. Now they're picking it up in chunks, which that surprises me a little bit.
All right, see if the Cowboy defense can step up here. OTC back into the red zone. And this time Durbin is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go.
There you go, Gavin Johnson again. Maybe our best lineman. Finally, we made a play, but
So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, someone's got to step up here. OTC has burned 3 minutes already on this drive, and we mentioned that they controlled the football 19 minutes.
They're killing
that first half.
You know what, Raleigh? They're running in just that off tackle play. I mean, just nothing special. They're not tricking us. It's not. It's not anything that's fooling us. They're just executing it.
Here's Stuvey again, this time left side. And again, it looked like the Cowboys really ran to the football nicely there, but
much better job though. I mean, at least we held contained there and stretched that play out a little bit.
But Stuvey again able to just find a little bit of room. And again, it didn't look like there was anything there, but he still picks up 4 yards on the play.
Right, and that's the thing about Stuvey. I mean, you know what? He again, yards after first contact. I mean, he's not an easy kid to bring down. He's going to get us 2 or 3 yards.
This is kind of how Breckenridge played back when they had all their success back in the 80s and 90s. Just run the football over the tackles. Mike Belseth always believed in running the football, being strong up front. And boy, what a catch! No, it's dropped in the end zone. Nearly a great catch.
Right.
In the end zone, and that was Van Erp. That would have given OTC their first lead of the game.
And there you go again, right? So the quarterback breaks containment. He gets outside. His first receiver's covered, right? Pretty good job defensively in our secondary. Goes through his progressions. He has the second guy open, right? So, I mean, when he buys himself time like that, I mean, you're going to find people open, and they probably should have had a score there.
Yeah, Van Erp would probably tell you he should have caught that. Not an easy catch, but certainly a catchable ball.
And you know what? Fairly well covered. I mean, nobody was wide open. I mean, in the end zone. But when you give a guy that much time.
Well, here's another big fourth down play. They've converted 4 times already on fourth down tonight. And here's a biggie. Arndt will roll to the right, has some time, looking. His throw is off the hands of number 2, Owen Bueller, and the Cowboys will take over on down.
And they virtually ran the same play. And they had the guy open, and it was in his hands. I couldn't tell. It was kind of around the edge of the window, but it looked almost like a catchable ball.
Yeah, it was off the hands of Bueller. So 2 opportunities at balls in the end zone.
Breckenridge very, very fortunate to get out of there with no points on the board.
So OTC adds another 4 minutes to their time of possession. They're up around 23 minutes already. The Cowboys 5. But the Cowboys have the lead, 19-18, and the football. They will start 1st and 10 at the OTC 15-yard line.
And the fact that we're not stopping OTC puts a lot more pressure on our offense. It's almost like we got to score. There hasn't been a punt in the game yet.
Well, the Cowboys defense, they bend, but they do not break. Here's Cooper Yagi up the middle. Look at Cooper go still on his feet and then tripped up. It might have been a touchdown-saving tackle. I believe that was Cameron who made the tackle, but wait, Cooper spun off 3 or 4 tackles on that sequence and nearly broke it. And it'll be a first down for the Cowboys at the 40-yard line.
That gain is up to the Cowboy 40-yard line.
Well, that'll give us a little bit of momentum here. We made a stop. I mean, that's the one thing we talked about we had to do. It wasn't so much about a 3 and out. It's just we had to keep points off the board, and we did. So now if we can go down and capitalize and convert on the extra point.
Cooper Yagi, a 25-yard run. Cooper's been sharp tonight. Again, Cowboy, not a turnover in this game either.
No
turnovers, very few flags. There's been just a couple of flags. It's been a well-played football game. Here's Mertis, and Mertis up across the 45-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 5.
Gain of about 5, so it'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, Cowboys have done a great job this year of, in years past, we talked about all the little penalties, the motion, the procedure, all those drive-killing penalties that we struggled with. We've had none of that tonight. Very, very clean game.
Well, the Cowboys send trips out to the right side. Yagi will work out of the gun, and he will run it again up the middle, and Cooper's got some room. He's loose across midfield, across the 40, and tripped up again, and that might have been another touchdown-saving tackle, that time by Van Erp.
And that's the play we talked about in the pregame when we talked about Cooper rushing for 100 yards when we run trips, right? 6-man in the box, they're not going to stop. We could, that play, unless OTC does something different, we could run that all night and they'll never stop us.
So the Cowboys move the chains, 1st and 10 from the OTC 32-yard line. As we approach the 6-minute mark here in the third quarter, Cowboys just looking to, every time the Cowboys have scored, OTC has answered. Cowboys just looking for some breathing room here. See if they can finish this thing off. Yagi will keep it again. Why not? Right up the middle, across the 30, still on his feet. And the Pio moves up near the 20-yard line, and that'll be close to another Cowboy first down.
And Cooper ran into the back of one of our offensive linemen, and if he doesn't, that would have went for quite a bit more.
It is enough for a first down.
1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the
So Cooper now starting to do it with his legs, and we'll see if the Cowboys just keep at it here. OTC has had a tough time stopping that in this drive.
Well, you know what? When we run twins and trips, I mean, they have to respect the speed of those receivers to the outside. It just doesn't leave them a lot of guys left in the box to stop us. I mean, and Cooper can run the ball as well as he can throw it.
Cooper 35 yards rushing on this drive. 1st and 10 Cowboys at the 21-yard line, and Cooper will keep it again right up the middle, and more room, and Cooper inside the 10, Cooper inside the 5, Cooper into the end zone. Touchdown Cowboys. Cooper Yagi from 20 yards out, and the Cowboys lead it 25-18, and we got a big extra point coming up.
Casey's Bar and also by Miller and Associates American Touchdown Club.
It was Cooper Yagi on that drive, a 25-yard run, a 10-yard run, and then a 20-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will go for 2 here to try to make it a 2-possession game. We'll see if they use Cooper again. They will. Cooper right up the middle into the end zone. OTC just does not have an answer for that play. Give the Cowboy coaching staff some credit.
Yep.
They found a little something. And
well, you know what, Raleigh, the first time that we played him, we scored 42 points against him, and a lot of it came off of that play. You know, when you talk to the coaches and our scouting and our film, I mean, that play was there. They knew that play would be successful, and it has been tonight.
5:23 to play here, third quarter. Cowboys open up a 2-score lead, 27-18 on the Three Borders Sports Network.
The Minnesota State High School League reminds us that the educational value of this event is more important than its outcome. Respect for others, including opponents and officials, is one of those values. Support today's teams with the respect that they deserve. And when you have great teams and great fans, a great game is practically a given. So root for your team and enjoy every moment of today's game. This reminder is brought to you by the Minnesota State High School League.
All right, 5:23 to play here in the third quarter. And we talked how important those first few minutes of the second half are. Cowboys defense, they bend but they don't break, and then the Cowboy offense moves it right down the field. They've been on the field for a total of about 8.5 minutes and 4 touchdowns for that Cowboy offense.
That puts a ton of pressure on OTC on this position right here, because if they don't score on this drive again, I mean, you know, Cowboys are going to go down. You got to believe that we're going to put more points on the board.
Van Erp back deep to receive, standing at his 10-yard line, and Cooper will send it deep. Van Erp will field it at the 7-yard line, straight up the field, across the 20, the 25, across the 30, tripped up and falls ahead near the 35-yard line. That's where OTC will take over. 1st and 10, 5:17 to play, third quarter, and a big drive coming up here for the Bulldogs.
It's a big drive, because here's the thing: their style of offense and their ball control and all that kind of stuff works great. But if you get late in the game and you need to score quick, you know, it's tougher for them. So, you know, 2-score game here, you get through the third quarter, that changes a lot. It changes your game plan and what you're able to do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do now in terms of throwing. They've picked their spots to throw, and they've had some success throwing the ball as well.
And most of that's been on a play action and in passing downs.
They'll keep it on the ground here with Stuvey, and he is gang tackled at about the 37-yard line. And again, that touchdown seemed to energize the Cowboys a little bit. You just seem to see a little bit more energy out there right now.
You know, we talked earlier, too, whether or not they could, you know, going both ways, which most of those OTC guys are, whether or not they could sustain that style of play for 4 quarters. And I'm still not so sure that they can.
2nd and 8, split backfield behind Arndt. He will give to Stuvey. Left side, cuts it up, and Stuvey puts his head down, gets a couple extra yards at the end of that run. It'll be close to a first down, but they are short. Let's see, 3rd and, well, we'll call it 2. Another big 3rd down play, and you got to get, again, you're probably not going to see OTC bring the punter out
the
rest of the night. Yeah, we have not seen a punt yet tonight.
Have not had a punt, you know, turn the ball over and downs deep in our territory, but there's not been a punt, and we might not see one.
Yeah, no punts, no turnovers tonight. In a good section championship game here with 4:04 to play, third quarter. Big 3rd down play. Arndt will take the snap. He'll fake to Durbin. He'll keep across the 45, across midfield into Cowboy territory. Enough for a Bulldog first down. Boy, big run by Arndt to move the chains.
Is that Cooper limping? Looks like Cooper.
It is Cooper.
Yep. I don't know if that's a knee or an ankle, but.
Oh, yeah. Well, you hope it's a cramp.
Bulldogs first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the.
Treating it like a cramp.
Yeah. Let's hope that's just a cramp. 3:47 on the clock. 27-18, first 2-score lead for either team. Well, the Cowboys have led the whole way. OTC has not led in this game, but they have answered the Cowboys every time they have scored.
Right, 6-6 was obviously 0-0, but 6-6 was closest it's been. Breck's had a lead ever since.
Well, they're working on Cooper. We will take a break. 3:47 to play. third quarter, Section 6A. Championship game, Breckenridge 27, OTC 18 on the Three Border Sports Network.
Bundling auto and home is a great way to save money and precious time. Amanda Frederick, your State Farm agent in Breckenridge, will make it easy and convenient. Your savings could be spent on that next amazing vacation. So stop by or call Amanda Frederick, your State Farm agent on Minnesota Avenue in Breckenridge. Call 643-8511. Amanda Frederick is proud to support Cowboy and Cowgirl athletics.
All right, 3:47 on the clock. We're in the third quarter. Breckenridge 27, OTC 18, still working on Cooper. Daniel Erlinson out of the game. He was ejected after a personal foul penalty. And the Cowboys miss him. Boy, Cooper, that would be a big injury. He's walking off under his own power, so we hope to see him back in the lineup. That would really change the complexion of this football game.
Well, that would change a lot. And again, not just on the offensive side of the ball, on the defensive side too.
Yeah, watch, and he's giving a thumbs up. Yeah, and it does look like cramps, but he is very gimpy over there. So hopefully by the time the Cowboys get the football back, Cooper is ready to get back into the game here. Stuving, he turns the corner and he's loose. And he will be brought down at the 15-yard line. Cowboys very fortunate. A touchdown-saving tackle that time by Sebastian Anderson. It looked like Stuvey was on his way to the end zone.
I think that was Reese Peterson that made the tackle, Raleigh, but still touchdown-saving, number 11. Still touchdown-saving. And, again, we got beat on the edge. Again, we lost containment, and that's, you're not going to be successful defensively if you can't contain. And we've struggled with that tonight.
This is a do-or. We saw OTC move the football down the field on their first drive of the second half, and then it stalled in the red zone. This is an absolutely must drive. They got to get this into the end zone. The Bulldogs. They go to Durbin up the middle, and he is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. A number of Cowboys in on that tackle.
Yeah, Gavin Johnson, probably the first guy there, but yeah. Still picked up a yard on that play.
See, Cooper is, good sign for Cowboy fans. He's putting his helmet back on. Still trying to work out those cramps on the sideline.
A lot of time, too, you get those darn cramps and they come back. It's not the first or the only occurrence of it.
2nd and 8. Ball marked on the 11-yard line. They'll give to Stuvey again. And Stuvey able to break a tackle, stays on his feet, and falls ahead up near the 5. They'll mark it just short of the 5. Let's see. They'll mark it just short of the 6. So another big third down play. So you got 2 downs to make about 2 yards.
And just classic OTC. I mean, they just pound you with the same play over and over and over. Until you can stop it, they're going to keep running it, and we really haven't stopped it. And again, 3rd and short. That's just right in their game plan.
We're under 2 minutes to play. This game moving right along. Minute 40 on the clock here, third quarter. OTC knocking on the door again. It's Stuvey, and he is going to be brought down. Is that Cooper?
Well, Gavin,
it is Cooper.
Gavin Johnson and Cooper both.
Yeah, Cooper back into the game, and his first play back in. He makes the big stop, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And the game could very certainly be on the line right here for OTC. 4 4th down conversions here tonight.
Well, they failed to convert, on the last fourth down, and here they go again, another opportunity deep in Cowboy territory. But like we talked about, it's a hard way to make a living when you got to do that all night long. They've been able to do it most of the time, but it's tough to be successful over and over.
Remember, OTC moved right down the field in their first drive of the second half, down to the 10-yard line before they were stopped. Here it is, 4th and 3 from the 7. And they'll sneak it. It's Arndt right up the middle.
I think he's short.
And this is going to be close. They'll mark it across the 5.
It's hard to see with our angle. First down.
They are going to give him a first down. So Arndt saw something, a gutsy call.
Yep.
That was a good 2 yards. That was a long 2 yards to get that first down. Arndt sneaks it and is able to fall across the 5-yard line, and it is enough for a first down.
I couldn't see how much he made that by, but we don't have the best angle up here in the booth. And their quarterback came up. He's limping a little bit.
And Arndt, not a big guy. But we've seen he is very agile. He's made some athletic plays outside the pocket tonight. And that time he does it with his legs, just 145 pounds, but is able to find a little seam there in the Cowboy defense and get just enough. And he is limping up to the line here, talking about Arndt.
Probably the last play of the third quarter.
Arndt will turn and give to Durbin, and Durbin sheds a tackle and gets into the end zone for an OTC touchdown with 17 seconds to play here in the third, and that was a must drive for the Bulldogs, and they answer again.
And they just ran us over on that play. I mean, again, there's no surprises, no trickery, no nothing. I mean, it's just hard-nosed football, and we know what they're going to run, and they're daring us to stop them. We just haven't been able to.
Durbin from 5 yards out, a 70-yard touchdown drive for OTC to make it a one-score game again. Go for two. They have failed 3 times on their two-point conversions. Arndt, play action, will throw into the end zone looking for Van Erpen. It is incomplete.
So Breckenridge, it's the first time tonight we blitzed. They sent Cooper on an outside blitz there and threw that ball way before he wanted to.
And Arndt down on the field. Remember, he was gimping walking up to the line. Now he is really slow to get off the field.
We talked about that at halftime. What are the Cowboys going to do defensively? Are they going to stick with the 4x4 straight up? Are you going to see some more blitzes, some moving around? We really haven't until that play. And what a great time.
Yeah, we've got a ball game. 17 seconds to play third quarter, 27-24. Breckenridge leads it on the Three Borders Sports Network.
Standards high and the game enjoyable for all by showing respect for players, coaches, and officials. Respect and responsibility is why we play. Celebrating a championship with classmates, teammates, and the community. It's a memory that lasts a lifetime, so root for your team with good sportsmanship and enjoy every minute of today's game. The Minnesota State High School League, helping students reach their goals in and out of the classroom.
All right, this one has the sense that it's going to go down to the wire. It's extra points that are actually the difference in this one right now.
Yep. Again, I keep going back to the 2013 game. I mean, it's just that's what it boiled down to was 2-point conversions. Touchdowns, both teams matched each other. It was a game just like this one.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns for the Cowboys, 3 of them from Visner, and 1 from Cooper Yagi. And Stuvey has a couple for OTC. Arndt, a 5-yard touchdown run, and Durbin now a 5-yard touchdown run. 27-24. Cowboys lead it.
Didn't go 10 yards.
And here's another onside kick, and the Cowboys just stay away from it. Yeah, that's not going to go 10 yards. So Cowboys will get great field position. Yeah, the Cowboys see their worst field position, I believe, the 39-yard line, I believe, starting position.
Right, and similar to the opening kickoff, I mean, I'm not sure if he's actually trying to kick an onside kick or just squib kicking and not doing a very good job. But the opening kickoff and then again now, we're starting the ball on their side of the field.
The Cowboys took it 90 yards on their last drive, and again, most of that was Cooper Yagi. The Cowboys found something up the middle.
Right. Well, we ran that trips and twins, and it doesn't leave much inside to try and stop, our running game.
65 yards on the ground on that last drive from Cooper alone.
Same formation again here.
And Cooper will keep it again, this time outside. And he's over the 45 again, able to spin out of a tackle. And he'll be up near the 40.
Right.
Another nice gain on first down, about 4 yards.
Right, and until they do something different defensively, that, again, I don't want to just be repetitive, but that's going to be there all night. I mean, we do a great job of spreading their defense out, running some trips to right side, and you know what, Cooper.
And Cooper looked all right on that one, a little gimpy after those cramps, but he looks all right. That'll be the final play of the third quarter. We're through 3 in the Section 6A championship game. We got a good one going. Breckenridge leads it 27-24 on the Three Borders Sports Network.
IFC, we work closely with our producers to utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity. At Richland IFC, we are dedicated to working with growers through relationships based on longevity and mutual benefits for all parties involved. Richland IFC and its growers utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity for our food manufacturers. Richland IFC proudly supports Husky sports.
Playoff football on the Three Borders Sports Network. Breckenridge 27, OTC 24. Breckenridge football on the OTC 41-yard line. A game much closer than many anticipated.
Yeah, we still got a lot of game left, too. Couldn't ask for a better section game. Well-played game. Very few penalties.
It has
been. It's been fun to watch.
And neither team has turned the ball over tonight. Cooper will throw here on 2nd and 5, and a dart to Visner at the 40. And he breaks the tackle at the 35, still on his feet. Across the 20, what a move! And Visner will take it into the end zone. Boy, they had him bottled up at about the 20-yard line, and he made a couple of quick juke moves. He looked like you back in the early 80s, for crying out loud. Visner with 4, and the Cowboys, again, looking to open up, or have opened up a 2-score lead.
I think he broke 4 tackles on the sidelines.
Yeah, great throw by Cooper and a great run after the catch by Visner. Boy, they do have some weapons. This is a fun team to watch.
Fun team to watch. Offensively, I mean, they just got all the tools.
33-24. Cowboys will attempt the 2-point conversion here. No, they won't. They will kick it. Cooper on to kick it.
Cooper, you try to point after.
Reese Peterson will hold. Snap good, and the hold is down, and the kick is up and good. Just inside the left pole. Cowboys lead it 34-24, 11:46 to play on the Three Borders Sports Network.
Touchdown club.
Experience at Nelson Auto Center is extremely positive. There's no hidden agenda. You know exactly what you're getting when you walk out the door. This is what I do.
It's all about relationships. Those people make a difference for me. When I walk in the door, they understand.
This is what I drive.
Well, that was a big one for the Cowboys. They lead it now by 10, 34-24, 11:46 to play, and another huge possession coming up here for OTC. But boy, they have been answering all night long.
They have, and it's a little bit early with 11 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. But at some point, the style of play gets a little bit tougher when you're behind. With the clock starting to become an issue with us scoring on every possession.
Yeah, the Cowboys have scored, with the exception of taking the ball over with 40 seconds to play at the end of the first half. It's the only time they didn't score. Here's Van Erp, some room up the middle, and a strong return up across the 35 near the 40-yard line.
He comes up limping. I'm not so sure if we really, really wanted to score bad enough with 46 seconds left that we couldn't have on that possession.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the Cowboys did
we ran one play. We had we threw a pass down the middle and kind of let the clock run out.
Yeah, the Cowboys, again, so many weapons. They can
well, and we haven't even mentioned 4 or 5 kids' names tonight. I mean, Twidwell, our tight end.
Right.
And, Daniel not playing. And, I mean, Bernardus hasn't touched the ball much tonight. I mean, there's a lot. Ooh.
And here's Stuvey. They had him wrapped up, but he breaks a tackle, and he's on the loose across the 40-yard line, now inside the 30, and finally brought down at about the 25-yard line. Yeah. It's basically been Stuvey tonight for OTC, and Arndt's been solid throwing the football. They throw it when they have needed to in certain situations. But Stuvey has been the workhorse, and that time it looked like the Cowboys had him wrapped up. But he keeps the legs moving, and a big gain all the way down inside the Cowboy 35-yard line. We have an OTC player. I believe that was an offensive lineman that went down at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and that's kind of been the story all night. I mean, we've talked about it. I mean, just continually more yards, after first contact, and that's just desire. That's just heart and desire by the running back. He's just a competitor. He's not going down. No, and they're going to tack on a face masking penalty.
Boy, so another 15 yards. That's going to take OTC back into the red zone just like that. And again, that's taken just a few seconds to move down the field.
And the one thing that they needed, we just talked about the clock. The one thing that they needed was, to score quick, and they did. Well, they haven't scored yet, but I mean, they're definitely put themselves in the position that they need to be in.
And again, the one time OTC hasn't scored, they moved it down the field.
Right,
they got stopped at the 10-yard line.
And had 2 passes that were catchable in the end zone. Just didn't make the play.
Yeah, so OTC really, it's not as if the Cowboys are playing poorly. Offensively they've been absolutely dominant, and even defensively they've made some plays, but not at always the perfect time. The fourth down plays, they haven't given up a whole lot of big plays, but they do there to Stuvie. And yeah, again, Cowboys would have loved to have at least seen some time chewed off the clock here. Player still down at the 40-yard line. Well, he's being now he's getting up. We will keep it here, and it looks like is that 78?
Yep, 78.
See number 78. Good to see him getting up. That is Kane Bueller.
That's their nose guard.
Senior.
Center nose guard. Big 310-pounder.
Well, now they're going to help him up. Yeah, you hope he's okay. And he will have to be helped off, so he is most likely done. Boy, and he's a big kid. Senior offensive lineman, 295 pounds. We've talked about Breckenridge. We talked about the size Breckenridge has up front. They're bigger than they have been in past years. How about OTC? 295 pounds. They got a kid over 300 pounds.
Yep. And it's every year. I don't know where they come from and what's in the water, but it seem like they just year after year they just replenish.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame. The history they have of offensive line play, and they're getting it again tonight. Well, they're on the move, but they got to finish off here. They got to have a touchdown here. Trailing by 10. Van Earp. We haven't called his name a whole lot, and the Cowboys do a nice job of bottling him up. Cowboys done a nice job on him tonight.
Yep, that's another guy. I was just going to say we haven't mentioned his name much tonight. He doesn't have a lot of touches, and even on that one, not much there.
Yeah, gain of maybe a half yard on the play. Ball marked right on the 20. We're under 11 minutes to play now. Cowboys lead by 10. Again, Cowboys heavy favorites coming in, but this game has been tight the whole way. And OTC looking to make it a one-possession game again. Durbin and Stuvie behind Arndt. Play action. They'll try to get Arndt outside, and it is Cameron, a one-handed catch, and that's a first down.
That's a tough play. He's rolling out to his left, which is a tough throw for the quarterback anyhow. And when that ball went in the air, I thought, we got a chance to pick that off. That was a great catch.
We seen him make a great catch in the first half here on the near sideline to pick up a first down. A great one-handed catch there to give OTC another much-needed first down.
And we've talked about it over and over again tonight. It's just the same thing. I mean, when they need to make a play, somebody from OTC has just consistently stepped up and made a play when they had to have it.
Boy, and Arndt is still gimping. Remember, he was banged up a little bit on the last drive. He is still gimping a little bit at the quarterback position. Here's Stuvie over the right side. Cowboys do a nice job of stringing out that play. That's as nice as the Cowboys have played that. Stuvie, maybe a yard, but that is it.
And the clock continues to run. 9.5 minutes is a lot of time, but in their offense, they chew up a lot of time.
Well, you figure, yeah. Again, they're in a must-score situation here. Because you figure they're probably going to only get the football back one more time. So they need a score here, and then they're going to have to step up and stop the Cowboys, which they haven't done all night tonight. But first things first, they need to get it into the end zone here to stay in it. 2nd and goal. The ball on the 7. Durbin, first man through and nowhere to go.
Yep, that was stuffed.
Jared Arnold in on the initial hit.
Yeah, let's see, first one there for the Cowboys.
Jared Arnold, I believe.
Yeah, it was Jared Arnold. Well, he's had a nice game tonight.
Yep.
And goal from the 6.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and another huge third down play coming up here. Keep an eye on number 5, Kane Cameron. He has been the guy on third down in passing situations, and this is certainly a passing situation for OTC. Well, they'll pitch to Stuvey, and Stuvey able to break a tackle in the backfield and get into the end zone for a touchdown. The Cowboys had him in the backfield. I believe that was Gavin Johnson out there, but
Gavin
couldn't get him wrapped up, and Stuvey doing what he's done all night long.
Right, and begin to all night long, more yards after first contact. And when we had him in the backfield for a loss, I mean, Gavin did a great job, first of all, reading that play to put himself in position, but then just couldn't make the tackle.
So Stuvey has his third touchdown of the game. That one a 6-yard touchdown run. He also has a 10-yard touchdown run and a 7-yard touchdown run. They'll go for 2 here, this to make it a 2-point game. And this is this is a big extra point here. If the Cowboys are able to score a touchdown on their next drive, and not that it's conversion, OTC would still be in it, but the pass incomplete. They're looking to the corner of the end zone. I think that was Cameron he was looking for out there. It's incomplete, so the Cowboys will hold on to a 4-point lead. OTC is going to have to make a stop. 8:30 to play in the Section 6A championship game. 34-30, Breckenridge leads it on the Three Borders Sports Network.
National Bank of Henning, Otter Tail, and Battle Lake reminds you to shop local this holiday season. And to make it even easier, you can enjoy the shopping power of Visa plus local service from your hometown bank. 0% introductory rate, online account access, and reward points when you use your Visa card from First National Bank. It's easy to apply. Just go to fnnbhenning.com to get started. First National Bank of Henning, Otter Tail, and Battle Lake, proudly serving the area since 1903. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You know what, Raleigh? Breckenridge needs to have their hands team up front, because you have to assume they're going to try and kick an onside kick here, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, no question. With 8:30 to play. Boy, this could get really interesting. Yeah, OTC has not stopped the Cowboys. Again, the Cowboys have not punted yet tonight.
No, and they do have their hands team up there, the way it looks in the front line.
Well, that was a big 2-point conversion.
Interesting call.
Well, the OTC is not converted on a 2-point. They have 5 touchdowns tonight?
Yep, and no extra points.
And it's a 4-point game.
And that's the difference.
Yeah, you got to assume an onside kick is coming here.
I don't think it is.
They'll probably try to keep it away from Reese Peterson up front.
They got Van Erp on the far left side over here, I'm sure.
And
little pooch.
Yeah, little pooch. It looks like it's going to go out of bounds on the far side. It does go out of bounds. So Cowboys will take over again in great field position. Cowboys have been the beneficiary of some great field position here tonight.
Yeah, we really have. Yeah, I think the worst field position we have was the 39-yard line after one of their scores.
Against OTC.
Let's see. So they will mark it 5 yards from the spot it goes out of bounds. See, and I see it. You see a lot of that in high school football. And just kick it out of bounds. If you can, kick it out in, around the
right, like we said,
25-yard line.
I think the average starting possession after a score on the kickoff is just inside the 40-yard line. So really,
well, the Cowboys looking to get it into the end zone one more time here. They've been flawless on the offensive side of the football. See, is that?
I'm knocking on wood. I shouldn't even say what I'm thinking. But now the key thing is just, we haven't had a turnover tonight, either team. Right.
Yeah.
So now it gets into one of those things where just hold on to the football, because if I'm OTC, you know what? I'm trying to. That's what I'm looking to do.
That was Visner on the run there for 4. Well, 3. We'll give him 3 yards up to the 45. 2nd and 7. We're under 8 to play. And Cooper will work out of the gun here. They'll send Visner to the slot on the left side. And now Visner in motion. And they're going to fake it to him, and Cooper will keep it. And Cooper tripped up across the 45 to the 46, a gain of maybe a yard. Big third down play coming up here for the Cowboys. This could get interesting.
I like Cooper running the ball a lot better out of trips or twins than that.
Yeah, spread it out a little bit. OTC has made some. Give OTC some credit too. They've made some adjustments after that drive, a couple of drives ago, where Cooper.
And you talk about critical plays, Raleigh. Here's one of them on third down. We haven't had many of these on offense tonight. Matter of fact, this is really our first one.
And now, well, it's so important. Chad Fredrickson wants to talk about it. Make sure they have the right play called here. 7:04 to play in the Section 6A championship game. And we've got a doozy. Breckenridge 34, OTC 30 on the Three Borders Sports Network.
Every town is a sports town, and why not? Sports were important to us growing up, and we want the same for our kids. To get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead. And why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it.
All right, the crowd of 250 people have been treated to a very good football game here tonight.
You know, this call, Raleigh, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm wondering if they're thinking about the next play when they called this one. You know, you're not really in 4-down territory.
And they'll keep it with Cooper. And Cooper, some hard yards up the middle, but he's going to be short of the first down. He's across midfield.
So there you go. That's the situation we were talking about on the break just now on the commercial. You know, what do you do on 4th down here at midfield? And that's exactly what they got.
Boy, and that was a hard run. But those were hard yards that Cooper picked up there. 5 of them to put him in 4th and short. 4th and a yard with 6.5 minutes to play.
The Cowboys are going for it.
And we still have not had a punt tonight.
Still have not.
Here it is. OTC needs to stop now. Oh, yeah, a lot of confusion. The Cowboys just burned a timeout. They might have to burn another one. Murtis into the game here late. Yeah, Cowboys look to be scrambling. They'll snap it. Cooper will keep it, and Cooper will get the first down. And Cooper is loose across the 35-yard line. Cooper inside the 20, and finally brought down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, I think it's safe to say that Cooper got his 100 yards.
Cowboys have a couple of 100-yard rushers tonight, well over 100 yards.
Yep.
Just in the second half.
I didn't like that play. I mean, it looked like we were disorganized. We were late getting into. Then I thought
maybe they
might have been by design.
Yeah.
But then I thought, make sure that he's set. That was my next thing. We're going to snap the ball, and we're not going to be set or have an illegal formation. But it all worked out.
A huge play on 4th and 1. Cowboys convert. They needed 1, and they got 41. And Cooper will keep it again, and they just have had no answers for Cooper here in the second half. And he will run into the end zone untouched. His second touchdown of the game, and the Cowboys lead it 40-30.
Touchdown by Cooper Yagi. Another $10 to the touchdown club. From Casey's Bar and Miller.
Cooper, a 5-yard touchdown run to go along with this 20-yard touchdown run, and the Cowboys feeling a lot better about things right now.
Yep. That's a dagger right there, because with their their ball control and time of possession type of style of play that they're running, it's going to make it tough for them to, down 2 scores.
Cowboys will go for 2 here, try to make it a 12-point game. And again, Cowboys scrambling again. And again, maybe, I don't know, some of this by design or not. Cowboys twin receivers to the left. Murtis in the backfield along with Yagi, and Cooper will keep it again. And Cooper again gets into the end zone. And the Cowboys saw something at halftime because it has been Cooper on the ground here in the second half. And the Cowboys lead it 42-30 with 6:02. Well, they have 43. Is it?
Well,
they have 43 on the scoreboard.
I think it's 42.
They don't have a three-point conversion yet, do they?
Not yet.
No.
But the way things are going in Minnesota, anything could happen.
Yeah, 42-30. Well, OTC now, yeah, they don't have the luxury now of burning a whole lot of clock, which they have done a really good job of doing tonight, trying to shorten this game. But now they need one of those quick hitters now.
And it's one thing, to do a great job, play action and boot, and throw the ball out of that. But you know what? To throw the ball when you have to throw it and everybody knows you're going to throw it, a little bit different.
Yeah, and aren't a little bit banged up here in the second half. And the Cowboys, you got to figure, are going to be sending the troops. They'll be coming at him. OTC has done such a good job of play calling tonight. They were able to find some success early, running the football. Then they got some nice play action, not big plays, but 8-10 yard gains when they needed it.
Right, and honestly, Raleigh, we talked, in the pregame. I mean, we were the favorite. I mean, we just athletically, they just don't have answers for what we have offensively, which we've seen tonight, right? But here's the thing. You could not do a better job than OTC has done.
Yeah, they have.
You could not do a better job with what they have than what they've done tonight.
Well, they have 6:02 to work with. Van Erp had a nice return last time he touched it, and another nice one here right up the middle across the 30 and tripped up, and will fall ahead to the 35. So 1st and 10 OTC with 5:58 to play. Cowboys leading by 12. This is it for sports for a while, folks. High school sports in Minnesota. Again, things will be shut down now until the 18th, and we hope that's it. But right now, looks like winter sports will get started on the 18th of December. And we'll keep our fingers crossed on that. Still 5:58 to play here in the Section 6A championship game. Arndt out of the shotgun will kick it to Stuvey on the left side, and the Cowboys all over him. A loss of about 4 yards on that play. We've seen very few plays for losses tonight, too, on either side. But that time, a 5-yard loss for OTC. And again, this is not an offense that's designed to throw the football. This is a team that likes to pound it, but the clock is not their friend right now.
And the one guy, Van Erp, the guy that you kind of think would kind of be their big play guy, really hasn't done much.
Yeah, Cowboys done a good job on him. It's been Stuvey has been the workhorse for him tonight, and he has the football again. And the Cowboys do a nice job of stringing that one out.
And you know what? They're glad. Cowboys are glad to give up 5 yards and let the clock run right now. I mean, that's what they're hoping for. Now we're under 5 minutes to play.
Yeah, clock continues to tick. Yeah, OTC has been able to convert 3rd and 4th downs tonight because they put themselves in makeable 3rd and 4th down position, 3rd and 4 or 3rd and 3, but this is 3rd and 14. This is a little bit different. Cowboys can pin their ears back and send the troops here. Aren't behind center, split backfield, and they're just going to keep it on the ground. And I believe that is Durbin on the far side for a few yards up across the 35 to the 37.
And now we're going to be probably under 4 minutes before they get this ball snapped. I'm a little surprised they ran that. Not just because of the yardage, just because of the clock. I mean, the clock now is your worst enemy.
Yeah, and Arndt really, and some of it might have to do with Arndt. Remember, early in this the second half, he was a little banged up, and he still looks very gimpy out there.
Here's the thing, though, Riley. You almost need to be in your 2-minute offense when there's 5 minutes, 6 minutes to play, really.
Well, do or die here. They got to have a 4th down conversion here, and Arndt looking across the middle to Van Erp, and that is incomplete. Cowboys will take over on downs. And that was certainly most likely the dagger.
That was the dagger. You know what? And he catches that ball. He's got some running room. I mean, he might get the 1st down, but you know what? Turning the ball over there and that point in the field, with 3.5 minutes left to play, that's the dagger. barring something crazy, some crazy turnover or something, but.
Well played. That was really a well-played championship game. We mentioned how often do you see a playoff game without a turnover? You don't see that
very rare,
very often.
And actually not very many penalties. And we've had a few personal fouls, but
just a handful of penalties. Here's the pitch to Visner. And Visner breaks the tackle at the 45, or at the 35, is tripped up. Able to stay on his feet up near a Cowboy first down. Visner well over 100 yards. Cooper Yagi well over 100 yards. Tonight, Stuvey well over 100 yards on the OTC side.
And we haven't called a lot of names other than Visner and Yagi on the offensive side.
No.
Murtis ran the ball a few times and did a good job early in the in the first quarter, but other than that, there hasn't been much else.
Yeah, Visner made a catch, a nice run after the catch. Yeah, we haven't seen. Yeah, we've seen. Yeah, it really has been really Visner and Yagi. And again, the Cowboys have had so many weapons. Cowboys using as much time as they can here to snap it after that first down run by Visner. And here's Visner again. To the corner, Murtis out in front blocking. And a nice tackle there. Number 2, Owen Bueller, just a sophomore. See, OTC, you look at some of their key players. We mentioned the Cowboys senior heavy. OTC is not. They've got a number of underclassmen in key positions. This is going to be a really good football team again next year. Now, reclassifications now next year, too. Cowboys 1A. We'll see. Again, Kevin mentioned in the pregame, Breckenridge, the biggest school in Class A.
Yeah, we're literally basketball, baseball, we're the smallest school.
In 2A, right.
In 2A, and in football, we're in single A, and so we're 1 or 2 kids. I mean, we're right on the fence. We're right in the bubble, so that could go either way.
Yeah, so there'll be a reclassification next year. We'll have to see what happens for Cowboy football. Cowboys keep it on the ground. Murtis up the middle. Nice hole. Spins out of a tackle. Still on his feet and pushing the pile ahead. That might be enough for a Cowboy first down. It is. Clock stop, 2:02 to play. And the Cowboys can probably take a knee here the rest of the way.
Well, honestly, Raleigh, I mean, it was a great game, and it's going to turn out kind of like we thought it was. I think we were heavily favored, but I have to say it was much closer than I anticipated it was going to be. I'm impressed with OTC tonight, with what they were able to do.
I was too. Yeah. So again, some memories made. I know that it's been a tough year, and you feel bad for the kids. They've had a tough role here in 2020, and I wasn't so sure whether you should put, with all these teams back, whether you should even play. But you know what? It looks like these kids this is a fun game to call. I think the fans enjoyed it, and the kids made a memory. In a year that we just as soon forget, the Cowboys make a nice memory here.
You know what? You got to give this section credit. I think Dan Cordes is on that section committee. And those guys, good job tonight because they matched up 2 teams that have a great rivalry, a great game, right? I mean, good decision to have Breck play OTC in this game.
Let's see, Otter Tail Central will call a timeout with 1:25 to play. So we'll take another quick break here on this chilly Friday evening in late November. Breckenridge leads it 42-30 on the Three Borders Sports Net.
It's kind of become like family. Really a close-knit group, and they really bring you into their fold and provide good service.
The salespeople just make it so comfortable, and they really care about you, and they make it fun.
I always know that I'm going to be a top priority for them and just feel special.
This is what I do.
This is what I drive.
And this is where I buy.
Nelson Auto Center. Online at nelsonfergusfalls.com.
1:25 to play here in the Minnesota Section 6A championship game. Looks like the Cowboys are going to win their first section championship in over a decade, leading 42-30. And let's see, do we have? See, that is Cooper still in there. Here's Murtis over the right side. He'll lose a couple of yards.
You know what? Is that Cooper?
No. The Cowboys did make a, That's Adam Ohm in there.
Yep. I was going to say, we were lucky to get the handoff off. they were almost in the backfield before we made the handoff.
Adam, another senior on this Cowboy roster. This was a good group. This is a really good group of seniors.
Good, yeah, and it's like I said in the pregame too. I mean, this was the year. I mean, we had all the tools, and we graduate a lot. I mean, we lose a lot.
Yeah, you look at the starting lineups. Let's see, on the offensive side, you got 9 seniors starting on the offensive side, and you have got 9 seniors starting on the defensive side.
Right, and you know, for a school our size, I mean, that's kind of unheard of. You just don't see that.
So, minute 17 to play. It's 3rd and 8 for the Cowboys. Adam Ohm behind center. And here is Murtis again, and he is stuffed again after about a yard gain. And OTC, I believe, has a timeout left. They do, so they will use it to stop the clock with 1:09 to play. Stick around. The post-game report coming up following the conclusion of this one, brought to you by Somerville Electric. Tyler and the crew over there at Somerville Electric will be busy here next month, blowing snow as well.
I bought a new snowblower, so it's probably not going to snow.
Boy, it's been a nice fall, though, hasn't it? We're going to get you look at the extended forecast now. Past Thanksgiving, it looks like it's going to stay very. We're going to get into December with no snow on the ground.
Mild, no precip to speak of, nothing.
We deserve one of those. And again, we're going to be without high school sports here for a little while, and on the Minnesota side. December 18th will be the start date for practices. North Dakota, I see, made a decision. They'll start practicing on November 30th. So they're only a week behind, and hopefully we can get some winter sports in. And again, you'll see a lot of it here on Three Borders Sports Network. If when things get back to normal, we hope to have lots of sports for you. And here's Visner. He's going to score his 5th of the game. And the Cowboys certainly not trying to pour it on there, but another touchdown run for Visner. And that one from 16 yards out, 48-30 with a 1:01 to play.
Well,
did I say 4? I said 4 touchdowns for Visner.
I was going to say 5 touchdowns. That's good. I think Mike Clint had 6 touchdowns in a section game.
He might have had 7 in a game.
And I think that was in the first half.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, that's.
Cooper will attempt the extra point. So people look at the score in the paper or online later on tonight and think Breckenridge did what they were supposed to do. But this game, again, much closer than people are going to that are going to see it in the paper tomorrow are going to realize. Again, a great effort by OTC tonight coming into this game. Heavy underdogs, and they hung in there. Boy, they hung in there. This game wasn't decided until the 4th quarter.
Right. I mean, and they did what they had to do. I mean, honestly, Riley, I didn't. You know, before we went on air, I kind of thought, I said, this is probably going to be a blowout. And you know what? If they don't execute on 4th down and, you know, a couple, 2 or 3 plays that they had to make when they did it probably would have been.
Yeah, came in really well prepared. And again, that's no surprise. Again, I was with you. I thought this game would get out of hand early. But again, OTC has just had a history of great football.
But you know what?
Great coaches over there, and they were ready.
Right, and the other thing about this, I mean, super clean game. We didn't see. I don't think we had a procedure. I don't think we had, formation penalties. I mean, all that little 5-yard stuff here and there. I don't think we had any of that tonight.
Yeah, it's been a clean football. Yeah, hard hitting. Yeah, some very athletic plays. Yeah, that was a fun football game. Durbin will cover the squib kick at the 30-yard line. And OTC will have just over a minute to work with here.
That's the 30-yard line, I believe.
Well, I'm sure they'll go down with a fight. I don't know if they got a trick play or what they're planning here, but it's mathematically it's virtually over.
Yeah, and again, not decided until until late. Remember, OTC moved they could have scored. It might have been a different football game had they been able to score in that first drive of the second half, and they marched it right down the field inside the Cowboy 15-yard line.
We kept talking about it. I mean, they have to score every possession. It's the only chance they have because we're going to. And you know what? Fourth down deep in our territory and had 2 chances at it. 2 guys in the end zone, open ball in their hands. They just didn't make the play.
Jack Mickelson into the game at quarterback here for OTC. He's just a freshman. We mentioned not one freshman on the Cowboy roster. Very few sophomores on the Cowboy roster. But OTC, this is a young team. They got Arndt will be back next year. See Durbin there. Let's see, Durbin. Yeah, Durbin is a senior and Stubbe is a senior. They'll miss those guys, but they got some of those big guys up front. You know OTC is going to be right in the thick of it again next year. Here's the pitch out to Stubbe, still in the game. One of the few times that he hasn't picked up positive yardage. Loss of a yard on the play, and that'll be the final play of the game. So that will do it. The Cowboys, how about that? First section championship since 08.
And I'll tell you something, Riley. I know there's people that are going to say, oh, it doesn't count because they only played 1 game and blah, blah. But here's the deal. I don't care how many games we played, full section, we're still going to win this championship. I mean, we were going to. So, you can't take away anything. We're going to win the section this year, no matter how it worked out, and we did. I mean, we were literally that good. We're that good of a team.
Cowboys are 2020 Section 6A champions. Your final score, Breckenridge 49 and OTC 30. The Somerville Electric postgame report is coming up for you next on the Three Borders Sports Network.
Good sports are winners, no matter what the score, and good sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. You keep the standards high and the game enjoyable for all by showing respect for players, coaches, and officials. Respect and responsibility is why we play. Celebrating a championship with classmates, teammates, and the community. It's a memory that lasts a lifetime, so root for your team with good sportsmanship and enjoy every minute of today's game. The Minnesota State High School League, helping students reach their goals in and out of the classroom.
Bulldogs. Representatives come forward to receive that award. And now for your Section 6A championship goes to the Breckenridge Cowboys. Again, congratulations to both teams, and everybody have a safe trip home and a very good weekend. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Cowboys accept the championship trophy, and nice to see this group host that trophy over their heads. Well deserved.
Well deserved, yep.
Post-game report brought to you by Somerville Electric in Breckenridge. Cowboys wrap up their season 6-1, Section 6A champions. OTC finishes the season 4-3. Cowboys getting a photo in, and the Cowboy fans, 250. Well, we had a total crowd of 250 here. They're showing their appreciation. Good football game though, and again, this is one that these seniors will remember for the rest of their life.
Yeah, for many reasons. I mean, and what a great opportunity. I mean, even to get 7 games in. I mean, I thought they called the season and. What a bummer, right?
Yeah, and again, you look back on it. Yeah, actually, the season was called, at one point.
Yeah, we went for 2 weeks. There was 3 weeks. There was no football, and I thought that was the end of it. So, you just have to be happy to have the opportunity to even be here because I didn't think we would,
Yeah, and Yeah, and to make the most of it, because there's a lot of hard work. You know, you figure you're not sure whether you're going to be playing every week. There's a lot of hard work getting up early in the morning. A lot of hard work you got to put in after school, and you're not knowing, but not just the players, but the coaching staff too, and the parents and everybody involved.
Right,
I mean,
and
it takes a big effort.
It does, and the thing is about most sports nowadays, it's a year-round commitment, right? I mean, you're lifting weights, and all summer long, I mean, these guys are in the weight room and doing stuff to prepare for the season. So, to have the opportunity for that group, and that is a talented group right there. That is a talented football team. To go out and win a section championship, you can't take anything away from it. And good for them.
Well, the Cowboys have some building to do now after you're losing a number of seniors. Again, this is a good class, and I mean everywhere in the field. Skilled position players, offensive line. You're losing. You're losing a lot of guys.
A lot of guys, and a lot of just talented, athletic kids. I mean, and we weren't even 100%, Raleigh. I mean, we talked in the pregame about the injuries. I mean, Nito, with the broken leg. I mean, another great athletic kid, great player. I mean, can you imagine throwing two more guys out there? I mean, it's, we didn't even use the guys that were available tonight. We basically did that with Cooper and Visner, right? So just a talented group of guys. And I said, I mean, this was the year for Breckenridge to make a run, deep into the playoffs, if not the championship game. This was the year to do it. We're a single A school. We're a large school. We had no holes, right? So, that's not going to happen, but this is the next best thing.
All right. You hope that a season like this, the success the Cowboys have had this season, gets all those younger kids, all those younger Cowboys excited to get out there and play some football and get into the weight room.
Yep, that's what it does. Success breeds success, so that's what it takes.
All right, just a quick breakdown of the game. This one close all the way. Teams just matching scores in the first half. Visner 3 touchdowns in the first half for the Cowboys, but every time the Cowboys scored, OTC was there and they answered.
Right, and again, we expected to see 49 points on the board for Breckenridge. I mean, that's pretty much what we've been averaging all year, other than that Barnesville game. But we expected to see that. What I didn't expect was the 30 points from OTC. And, if they don't ball control what they did in the first half, there'd be more than 49 on the board, right? But I was impressed with what they were able to do on the offensive side of the ball. So, again, take your hats off to them. Great game. Well played. No penalties. Great game plan. Executed. But you know what? They just didn't have – we just had too much for them.
They hung in there, though, even in the second half, after not scoring on their first possession of the second half. And, again, we thought that was just a must for them to come out and score. But Cowboy defense, they bent but didn't break. OTC moved the football, but the Cowboys able to stop him inside the 15-yard line, then take it down all the way and score.
And that's another thing, Raleigh, that, surprised me just a little bit. And part of that's just the patience and you know what, the confidence that they had in our offense because, pretty much all year we played a pretty much straight 4x4, didn't do a lot of stunting, didn't do a lot of blitzing, a little bit of cover 3, a little bit of cover 1. We didn't do a lot, right? And we didn't change anything. You thought coming out after their performance in the first half, we'd come out and do a lot more than that. I don't think we blitzed them until the extra point. But when your offense is going to go down and score, you know what? You can get away with that. And we did. We were just patient. We didn't give up any big plays, So game plan executed on both sides of the ball. Just a great high school game.
All right. There will be no state playoffs, unfortunately. I was hoping we could have been maybe talking about a football game next week, but that will not be the case this year. We'll have to wait and see now what happens with winter sports. Your thoughts on what might happen now with the upcoming winter sports season?
Riley, this could change by the minute. We didn't think we were going to have a football season, and we did, right? Now, unfortunately, the way the case numbers are going and what it's looking like in Minnesota, it's getting a lot worse before it's getting better. So, I'm kind of the attitude that I hope we get to have a winter sports season, right? I mean, the way things are going right now, it's scary. I mean, 18th is not set in stone. That could easily become the first of the year or even spring. So, who knows how this thing is going to play out. But right now, it doesn't look good.
All right, we will have to see. We certainly hope to be bringing you some more sports here on the Three Borders Sports Network this winter. All right, that's going to do it. That was a fun one.
Yeah, that was fun. We were a little bit out of practice, Raleigh. We didn't do the last year's. So this is the first game we did this year, too.
It's been a while. That was a lot of fun. Again, the Cowboys are your Section 6A champions in Minnesota. Breckenridge wins it 49-30. Thank you for letting us be part of your Friday evening from the entire Three Borders Sports Network team. Brian Watson, Joe Schreiner, Julie Moak, Kevin Heidemann. I'm Raleigh Lipp. Good night, everybody.
Somerville Electric is proud to support Cowboy and Cowgirl athletics. Somerville Electric provides quality electric service in Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and the greater Red River Valley. Your most trusted electrician can provide residential, commercial, industrial, agricultural, and utility services. If you have any questions or would like more information, call 643-3435 or visit somervilleelectric.com.
Breckenridge Drug is much more than your trusted pharmacy. They have the largest selection of holiday decor and gifts in the area. Don't miss their Christmas open house Friday and Saturday, November 27th and 28th. You'll find great gift ideas, register for door prizes, and a whole lot of fun. Breckenridge Drug, your Christmas decor and gift headquarters, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 6, and Saturday, 9 to 2.
Don't miss the Weathered Nest Christmas Open House Friday and Saturday, November 27th and 28th. Stop and see what this great store has to offer. You'll find holiday decor and fantastic gift ideas. Open Thursday and Fridays 10 till 6 and Saturdays 9 till 2. It's the Christmas Open House at the Weathered Nest, located on 5th Street North in Breckenridge. Football at Casey's has become somewhat of a tradition. Whether it's a night out with your old teammates to reminisce about how great your team was, or if you're hooking up with friends to watch a Vikings game on a Sunday afternoon. Memories are made at the corner. Continue the tradition at Casey's.
Let's go, Jimmy!